Good morning and welcome to the Sydney Cricket Ground for the Plan B Regional Bash Finals Day. I'm Andrew Menzel. I'm joined by the area manager from the Greater Hunter, Neil McDonald. Good morning, Neil. What an exciting game to start the day with Lake Macatac winning the toss and electing to bat against the Northern Inland Bolters.
Yeah, good morning, Andrew. Thanks for having me. I was out there this morning for the toss. The wicket is the same one they played the T20 International on last night between Sri Lanka and Australia. Looks like an absolute belter of a wicket, and the Lake Mac have decided to make first use of it.
Yeah, sensible in a knockout game to get out there early and put some runs on the board and see if you can defend it later on, as we see the umpires stride out to the middle. The game due to start at 10 a.m. local time. It's the Sixers Conference Final. Then after this at 2 o'clock this afternoon, we'll have the Thunder Conference Final between the Central West Wranglers and the ACT Aces.
No, both should be great games of cricket. A lot of
players to get an opportunity to play on this ground, obviously such a famous ground, so much history, and I can only imagine what a highlight it is for them to come down and we see the batters starting to walk out from that beautiful members stand. I mean, this is a day these players will never ever forget. Their families, their supporters, you know, it's one really special day.
It's been some plenty of photos taken out there in the middle. You know, even the umpires had their families around taking photos. In and out of the dressing rooms, these are things that are all off limits when you buy a ticket to come and watch the cricket, and to be able to go into these dressing rooms where Bradman has been, and the War Brothers, and and so many country cricketers that have converted themselves to first class and international players, it'd be a real highlight for these players.
Absolutely. Now, if the numbers that I've got are correct, we've got Daniel Arms walking out to bat.
Yes, we do, yes. And I'm hopeful too, Andrew, that the numbers are lining
and there's
up.
someone wearing a number 8, but there's no number 8 on my score sheet, so I'm not quite sure who that batter is.
And I'm going to be struggling on this too, but I'll tell you where we'll get some luck. We've got a couple of great scorers that'll be on the job here for us to be able to update that scoreboard when we get the batting and the bowling. It's can be difficult, last minute changes on some of these teams, but no, you're absolutely right. There is no number 8.
Brilliant. We've got the opening batter about to face up. The bowler's going to come in from the Paddington end, the famous Paddington end of the ground. The Bradman and Noble stands looming over. Wait for the clock to tick to 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Brian Warren with the ball in hand for the Northern Inland Bolters to kick off the Plan B Regional Bash Men's Final Day. Here we go. First ball of the Sixers Conference Final. Turn nicely into the leg side, and the Lake Macatac are off the mark straight away.
Always good to get an early single, try to work those gaps. Nothing too silly early on, get the pace of the wicket, but also to keep the scoreboard ticking over.
They're not using a white ball out there. They're using a pink ball.
Pink ball. Yeah, a lot of competitions regionally still using a combination of pink or white in many ways. Players have different views on both. Settle as Warren comes in for his next ball.
Warren delivers, and that's pushed into the offside, and there's a little hesitation from the non-striker, but another run to the total. Lake Macatac none for 2 after 2 deliveries.
Yeah, now number 8, that batter that we didn't quite have a handle on is Dylan Hunter, a really strong performer in and around the Lake Macquarie teams. Played a lot of cricket in Newcastle / Lake Macquarie area, and he'll if he stays in for a while, he'll give it a real shake.
Warren to continue. Delivers, it's just outside off stump and chopped at.
Yeah, Dan Arms just working on the pace off the wicket there, and just a little under edge, pretty safe, but just watching that ball through from Warren, and just outside off stump, probably cramped him a little bit to be able to fully cut it. But ball looks to be coming on nicely onto the bat though.
Certainly. Good pitch. Looks good out there this morning. Dry, flat. Lots of runs in it. Warren to continue to arms. Just played out and there's taken at second slip, but just off the pad, a dot ball. So the Northern Inland Bolters skipper, Tom Groth, has set an aggressive field here in the power play. There's 2 slips, a man at sort of wide, third man, a point, cover, mid-off, mid-on, forward square leg, and a fine leg. Of course, the first 6 overs, there are only 2 fielders allowed outside the circle. Warren from the Paddington end bustles in, pitches up and just turned to mid-on, and a good confident single by arms there.
Just again, not overhitting the ball, just enough to be able to get a pretty easy single in the end through to mid-on, who's still not on the edge of the circle by any means, but they just took the pace off on that. Tommy Groth, there's not too many representative games through country cricket that he hasn't played over the last 20 or so years. So wily customer would know where his field needs to be for his bowlers, and expecting a lot out of their fielding performance, the Northern Inland side.
Warren delivers, and it's down leg side, swung at by Hunter, but doesn't make contact, and the umpire raises the arms for a wide. Yeah, I like Growth putting in 2 slips early. I think it's been shown in T20 cricket. If you can get a couple of early wickets, it can really, set you on a great path to winning the game.
Yeah, easy to go on the defence first off, but at the end of the day, as you said, Andrew, you can only have 2 outside the circle, so you've got to find some other place for them, and if you've got a bowler that can get one coming through about hip high, well, why not give them the opportunity of a catch behind?
Warren pitches up and driven nicely over the top of point and cover, bouncing away towards a Barongal stand. Good fielding, and the batters have taken 2. Hunter moves on to 3.
Yeah, a little bit of a be interesting to see a replay on that. He got it over and away. It was safe, but carried in the air a little bit of the way. I don't know. He had full control over it, Dylan Hunter.
So after the first over, the Lake Macatac are none for 6 after winning the toss and electing to bat in the Sixers Conference Final.
And in general, you'd say certainly a runner ball. So 120 balls, 120 runs puts you in the game. Anything above that, and certainly on this carpet that we're playing on, I better not embarrass myself by guessing what would be a par score here today, but I'm thinking, a 140 probably puts you in the game, and I can embarrass myself later on with the viewers can send me a text message to say how wrong I was, but I think it's worth a 140, and we'll see where that takes us with the Late Macatac, our second over about to be delivered.
Well, here's Dylan Smith to kick things off from the
just outside of off stump there.
Yeah, just let go through there from the Randwick end. Smith starting things off. Now, Neil, I saw that the women's Plan B Regional Bash was played last week, and the Riverina Bullets were the champions.
The Riverina Bullets played really well, defeat the Coffs Coast Chargers. I'll come back to that.
Here's Smith on the pads of Arms, who turns it into the leg side. Another dot ball. Score none for 6 after 1.2 overs. Yeah,
North Sydney looked a picture last week. Coffs Coast probably a little unlucky in that they've played a couple of finals, won one and beaten the other 2. They've been the form side through all of the Plan B women's regional bash series and finals. Had their opportunities, just Riverina a little bit good on the day.
Smith again, wide of the off stump and slashed at by Arms, who doesn't make contact. Oh, congratulations to them. What a day it must have been at North Sydney Oval.
Fantastic day.
On the women's regional bash last year, and it was fantastic, so I can only imagine went really well.
Well, we had girls travelling from Griffith, the 8-hour car drive type of thing, so they came from all over Riverina, and plenty of support they had there as well. It's it was a great day out for them.
Dylan Smith continues. Pitches up and driven at by Arms, who doesn't beat points. It's a good start by Smith. Hasn't conceded a run yet in his spell.
Yeah, bowling well to his field. He's sort of a six stump line outside of off stump, but he's wide enough, but he's been full enough as well that they're not able to get a back foot cut shot. It's sort of being squeezed out, so that point and cover region getting a bit of a workout.
Good tight line by the bowler. Here he is again. Pitches up and hit over the top of mid-off for 4. That's a great shot by Arms. He threw the hands at it, and it's a couple of bounces and into the boundary in front of the Victor Trumper stand, the first boundary of the Plan B Regional Bash final. Here he is again.
Yeah, really nice shot here on replay.
Pitches up and hit over the top of
through the line. Very safe shot. One and maybe a bit bounces, call it 2, into the fence. Really nice shot. It's probably, shot of the day so far.
Will settle his nerves a bit too. Nice to get one away early.
Absolutely.
How can the bowler hit back? Here he is, Smith. Pitches up and that's sliced away on the onside off the inside edge in front of square leg. And Arms has got 2. He didn't have quite control of that one, but gets away with it. The bowler would have been interested, but that's the end of the second over. It's none for 12. 6 runs coming off that over.
Yeah, just again, run a ball, essentially. A couple of first 4 dots, which were, from the bowler's point of view, would be looking at really making sure those last 2 balls were very tight. Through the 5th ball with that drive, and then a little bit streaky on that last one for 2. But that just, again, run a ball, 2 overs, none for 12.
Warren to continue from the Paddington end. Hunter on strike, who's on 3 off 2 deliveries. They've taken a slip out now for this 3rd over, so there's just 1 slip and then moved the slip across to mid-wicket. Pretty much a ring on the off and leg side. Here's Warren. Slash that in the air. 3rd man's going back, and it's over his head for 6. What a shot by Hunter. He's thrown his bat and hands at that. It's come off the middle and sailed over Smith's head. 4 runs, the umpire signalling. So just 4.
Yeah, I think just between it's a bit of a cardinal sin too. The fielder, we're just seeing this on replay now. It's gone over his head, but bounced before the boundary. Kind of those couple of metres, it was high off the bat. Probably straight into the sun, to be fair. But then, that 2 or 3 metres inside the boundary is a bit of a killer for the bowler.
Warren in again. Pitched up and hit in the air. This one's off the middle of the bat. And that will be 6. Straight over the top of long off. Hunter's gone 4-6.
Yeah, it's a much better shot by Dylan Hunter. Throwing his hands through the line of the ball, similar to Arms in the previous over. That was a really good shot. Never looked in doubt. So he's looking to take to Warren now. Even though they've got the slip out. I guess the slip was taken out to stop the single up to mid-on, but it was through the line.
Beautiful shot. It was in the slot, but he took advantage of it. On
Yeah,
that last
really
delivery,
safe.
On that last delivery down at 3rd man where Smith missed that catch, I think it would be hard for some of these fielders coming to such a big ground when they're not used to it. Naturally, they probably come in a bit, and therefore, maybe the gap's a bit bigger than he's used to.
Could be that. Certainly, sun coming over from the east and not trying to make excuses, but there'd be sun, there'd be seats in the background. Yeah, things that just don't exist in
country
regional
cricket,
areas.
exactly.
You have 50,000 seat stand. Sometimes you're lucky to have 25.
Right, deep square leg now been dropped back. Warren pitched up again and nice change of pace there. Beat Hunter, who couldn't get away, but he's at 13 off 5 deliveries. Just looking at the tables, how both teams have got to this spot in the Sixers conference final. The Lake Macatac topped the Sixers pool 2, winning all 3 of their games. Newcastle Blasters was 2nd, Central Coast Rush 3rd, and the Hunter Thoroughbreds 4th. So it meant Lake Macatac qualified for finals day. 3 wins in 3, the only team to do it in that group. Here's Warren. Shorter ball and Hunter tries to swing it away just off the bottom of the bat. No run. But then in the Sixers pool 1, a little bit of a complication thrown in by the rain. A lot of the matches with rained out on the weekend they were due to play. So actually only one match was played by each team, which I think by the rules means that's not enough to decide who's the finalist. So they actually went off last year's seedings, and that is why Northern Inland Bolters qualified for the finals day.
I think that's right, Andrew. We'll just pause again. This next delivery from
Warren
Warren.
in, it's short and pushed into the offside, no run. Throw at the stumps at the non-striker's end. We're backing up there. Oh no, they're taking one on the overthrow.
Yeah, a bit of sloppy work out there. The throw came in, should have been tidied up, and only went a couple of metres behind the fielder, but they stole the single there quite comfortably. Yeah, all these days they're played on Sundays, and people played club cricket the day before, travelled hours to get to venues, and rain has played a bit of havoc in that pool.
Warren in. Short ball, and it's off the top of the bat and down to the boundary where backstop would be for 4. Arms moves on to 12. A little bit of a streaky boundary, but in the end, a very good over for the Mac attack, who got 15 off that over, and the score now none for 27. So they're going on at 9 and over. Very fast start for the team that won all 3 of their group games.
Yeah, you could say that that position there where that ball landed is just about as safe as straight behind the umpire at the bowler's end. You're never going to get out there as long as you get it up and over the keeper. It was a bit of a top edge, but it gets him 4. And again, last ball of the over is gone for maximum.
Dylan Smith continues from the Randwick end, and it's pushed to they've taken 1. Score none for 28.
Yeah, the bowlers have been looking still within this power play to pick up 1 or 2 wickets, and certainly Hunter would be key here. Not to say that Arms is a lesser partner, but Dylan Hunter can really punish you.
Smith to Arms, it's pitched up and dug out, and they scamper through for a single.
Run.
Very good running. So frustrating for opening bowlers when you're trying to set up, you're working on a plan, and they just drop it into the field and set off for a single. Then the bowler has to reset his plans. It's a new batter. It's a really good way of just frustrating the opposition.
It's fine art too, because we encourage everybody to hit boundary riders and take whatever you can, but nothing worse than hitting it straight to the field and getting nothing.
Smith in. Hunter defends, no run. Valuable dot ball for the Northern Inland Bolters. Yeah, I think the Bolters were due to play a few games on one weekend, and then the rain came, and I think one day was washed out where they had a double header scheduled.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
What is it, La Nina or El Nina or some weather pattern over the east coast of Australia?
I think this year we've mentioned the word cricket, and it seems to bring it down as the next ball comes in.
Hunter defends. Nice straight full delivery from Smith.
Well bowled. So we've got 2 singles, we've got 2 dots, and now the all-important sort of 5th and 6th ball of the over. I mean, he's an opportunity here to go for 2 or 3 and over, or for the over, or if if Hunter lashes a 4, well, all of a sudden the good work of the early part of the over maybe goes a little unrewarded.
Smith pitches up, and you called it, Neil. That was a beautiful shot by Hunter all the way along the carpet. A textbook cover drive. 4 more to the total. None for 33. That was a magic shot.
Fantastic work out there by the photographer too to be able to reel that ball in. Otherwise, it might have gone halfway down to the EQ down there.
Who have they got taking the snaps today? It's not Birdie. Sometimes Ian Bird's down there.
Yeah, no, it's not. Shout out to Bruce Whitehouse. He'd be able to fill us in on that one. But well retrieved as we come to the final ball of the over.
Smith pitches up again, and Hunter tries again, doesn't beat mid-off, but it was another
good effort there.
An exquisite off-drive. They get 1. The end of the 4th over, it's none for 34. 7 runs coming off that over. Some attractive stroke play by Hunter and Arms so far. They've got off to a good start, and Lake Macatac will be, I think, pretty happy with the way things are going now.
I would think so. Anything 40 or more in the opening power play is very good, and as importantly, no wickets lost.
Nice foundation.
No, absolutely. And it's not to say that Smith and Warren haven't bowled some very good balls in amongst it, but they're just the odd loose one or the one that that Hunter and Arms have been prepared to take on, and they've been rewarded for it. So we've got down here now. As he
Trindle, is
around, I think it's Trindle.
Change of bowling at the Paddington end with Nathan Trindle from Narrabri.
Yeah.
I think that's where Glenn McGrath was from, wasn't it?
Narromine.
Narromine.
Close. Yeah. No. There's probably a set of nets there named after him, isn't there?
Is there a famous cricketer from Narrabri?
We're going to find one.
I'm sure there is. Lots of league players. Maybe
players.
That's it. Alrighty. Nathan Trindle, first ball of the day. Hunter on strike. Beats him. That's a nice ball. Just shaping away from the left-hander.
Really good ball. Good line, good length, and just coming through that hip area. Put Hunter into 2 minds, just as we watch the replay here.
It's a good length, isn't it?
No, really good ball. Really good ball.
Still in the power play, 2 fielders in the deep, a wide third man and a deep square leg. Growth brought in a shortish cover for Hunter. Here he is. Just pushes to point, and they set off for a single, and
easy
points
single.
run past it. Will they think about 2? They are. Good running. Hunter's come back smartly for a second.
Yeah, that's a sort of a cheap extra single there, isn't it? Now I can accept the one, a drop and run as you said, but to sort of come back for a second is just probably just that one extra that maybe the batters didn't deserve.
Yeah, the bowler won't be happy.
No.
Hunter's on strike. Pitched up, and he drives at that one, and that's beautiful shot. Hit through the offside, along the ground, and it's clattered into the fence in front of the ladies' pavilion. Wow, Dylan Hunter is seeing the ball very well.
Really good shot, 21 off 14 at the moment, and going along really nicely. I mean, the first ball of the over there, due credit to the bowler, it's Trindle really had a good length there, but that one's slightly overpitched, and certainly enough width for Hunter to be able to drive that out through cover.
Lovely shot the way he sort of dug his hands. He got his hands through the ball. It was almost a Yorker length, but he just held his position so well. Didn't try and hit it too hard. Here he is again, another pitched up ball, and he hits mid-off.
Ooh, nicely driven. I thought first, before I checked where the fielder was, I thought it was going to the boundary, but straight picked out the fielder at mid-off. And it's a good
Mitchell
delivery.
Swain there picked up and threw pretty quickly, and had he hit the stumps at the non-strike, his end arms might have been a bit short. Trindle continues. Just turned to short fine leg, and again they set off for a quick single. They're taking on the fielders, and they're doing it well so far, this opening pair.
Yeah, and they're taking them on really well, because I mean there is an idea in T20 that you'll sit on the ring, and therefore if you're good enough you get it through. Yeah, you might get more than a single, but that's all you're going to get. But these fielders are in off the ring, and by the time the bowler's delivering the ball, and they're still able to eke out the single. So
Arms just digs out a full ball, and they take an easy single. Trindle's bowled well. Didn't get much luck in that over.
He's gone for 8, hasn't he?
Yeah. It's none for 42 after 5 overs.
Yeah, I'm reckoning they'll break the 50, and then at that 6th over mark, I think I've got to change in assisting commentary. I'll have Tim Cox, the man of Lake Macquarie, cricket manager for Lake Macquarie, stepping into the shoes to offer you his insights, Andrew.
Excellent. I'm Andrew Menstone with Neil McDonald. It's Plan B Regional Bash Finals Day. I hope you're enjoying the coverage. I'm sure there's lots of friends and family members of these players out there tuning in. I hope you're enjoying it. It's great to be able to bring you this action from the Sydney Cricket Ground. We're going to be here all day. Got the 2 conference finals and then the big grand final under lights tonight.
Looking forward to that, and all brought to you by Bar TV, doing a great job as they did with the women's Plan B last Monday at North Sydney Oval. This is a picture postcard day here at the SCG.
Smith continues from the Randwick end, his third over, and it's down leg side and a wide.
Leg side wide.
The Sri Lankans were a bit stiff last night. There was a wide there in the last over that wasn't called that might have given them the win.
Interesting game. I thought it might have been still being played here this morning. It seemed to go for hours. It's plenty of stoppages, but in the end probably got a bit closer than we first thought, and then all of a sudden we're super over territory.
Yeah, it was great to see a close finish. Here's Smith. Tries to swing that away on the leg side, but it squirts off the bottom of the bat to mid-wicket for no run.
Yeah, didn't get onto that. There's a bit of protection out there at deep mid-wicket, but it looked like he was looking to hit it a straighter of the 2. Only got it out to mid-wicket, and as you said, no single there. Probably feels like he missed out.
I was thinking about coming to the T20 last night, Neil, but I thought I could finish late, and I got an early start here. I'm glad I didn't, because it's finished at 11:30. Here's Smith. Swinging at a good length ball, doesn't connect. Yeah, it finished around 11:30. It was a late one.
Did go late. We had a couple of our commentary team here today. We're staying down, and they came over, and they didn't get back till about 11:30, 12 o'clock to the accommodation. So it did seem to just meander on a little bit with a few stoppages and injuries, etc.
Steve Smith suffered a mild concussion and is missing the rest of the series. Here's Smith. The other Smith, Dylan Smith. That was a chance down the leg side. Great effort by the keeper there by Growth, diving across to his right, one-handed. Couldn't hold on to it. Very unlucky there. Just feathered by arms.
Would have been a great catch. Here we are on replay, Andrew. It's, down leg there. Horizontal. Just didn't hang in the right mid of Groth. Good effort.
Yeah, great effort. Smith. Short ball, and it's pulled into the deep square region where Arms will get one more.
And we get a single. This has been a good over so far. I mean, we had the no ball early, but three singles, a chance caught behind, and a single just now. I mean, still 2 to come, or 2 legal deliveries to come in the over, but chance here to really pull back the scoring, and that would be a good last over in the power play to be able to reset the field and see where they go from here.
Smith. That's hit high and long and 6. That's gone about 15 rows back on the Barongal stand. Dylan Hunter has mowed that one.
Yeah, the Sydney Swans doing stair training at the moment, had to duck for cover. That was a very big hit there.
And now we see Hunter. The Northern Inland Bolters fielder off into the empty seats, and he's found the ball. Fortunately, no spectators there, so they don't have to sanitise the ball.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad length, but Hunter just hit through it. It was
kind of in the slot.
Yeah, it was in the slot, really. It was wide enough, too, to be able to
get the hit
drag over.
Going.
And Hunter's got the power to do this, as you'll continue to see while he's in. He's 33 off 18.
Such a wonderful time with the ball.
Very much so.
Hunter, he's on fire at the SCG. Smith pitched up, and that's another one. This time the other way, over cover for 4. Ball before, over mid-wicket for 6. Ball after, slashed that over cover. Neil McDonald called it. He wondered whether Smith would finish the over well. Unfortunately, he went for 6 and 4. Spoilt the figures. That's the 50 for the Mac attack. Then none for 54 after 6 overs.
Thanks, Andrew. I look forward to joining you a little later on today. I'll get Timmy Cox into the comm box here, and we hope this, for the Northern Inland Bowlers, I'm hoping they're able to pick up a wicket or 2 because I think they need one, and certainly for the Lake Mac attack, they'd be looking to continue on the good start that's been provided by Hunter and Arms.
Yeah, thank you, Neil. Great to talk to you, and you're spot on. The Bolters need a couple of wickets here just to drag the run rate back a little bit. but it does look like a fine pitch to bat on, flat, no grass, ball coming onto the bat. These regional cricketers will appreciate, I think, the extra pace on the ball. And I'm joined by Tim Cox, the area manager from Lake Macquarie. Tim, welcome to the commentary box. How are you?
Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, great to be here. Yeah, going well, thank you. And it's great to see the sun shining for the moment here at the SCG. Previous years of Plan B Regional Bash, we haven't been quite so fortunate, but but certainly this morning it looks like a great day.
Yeah, unfortunately the SCG is getting a reputation for a bit of precipitation on cricket days. Right, it's the 7th over, the power play's over. Here's Trindle in, and Arms turns it to mid-wicket, and again another quick single, expert running. So the power play's over, so the skipper for the Bolters, Tom Groth, has dropped the field back. There's now a third man, regulation point, a deep cover, extra cover, long off, long on, mid-wicket, deep square leg, and a short fine leg. So 5 fielders out. I think sensible. The way
taking the maximum opportunity,
going, you need
maximum
to protect the
opportunity
boundary,
for his. That's right, for his field place. A little bit of a defensive mode after the power play, but you're right. Yeah, to try and just bring back that run rate a little.
Trindle pitches up and slashed that in the air by Hunter. It's in the gap between the two fielders in the deep, and there's a great effort by the third man who tried to pull that back, but it's evaded him and bounces away for another boundary. Dylan Hunter now is streaked to 41 off 20, and Tim, he's in fine form. What an exciting batter.
Absolutely, yeah. Originally from the Newcastle City Cricket Club, now playing his cricket for Gordon here in Sydney in the Premier competition. So he's coming under the Player of Origin rule, and he started off very well for the Lake Mac attack.
Hunter pushes to point, and they set off for a single.
And at the moment, young Daniel Arms, Newcastle country player incumbent, just playing a secondary role to Dylan and just basically giving him the strike, run a ball, with his play at the moment. So he's doing a fantastic job in support.
Trindle continues from the Paddington end. Slashes at that one towards deep cover. They'll think about 2 and they'll get it. It's a big ground, lots of space to cover.
Yeah, Captain Tom Groth will be looking for his bowlers at the moment to have a fairly distinct plan to see how they can get this first wicket of the Lake Mac attack, given that the run rate's quite high, up well into the 9 and over now. So looking probably for a false shot, probably with the batters as the field spreads. So, but the length's crucial here for the bowlers from Northern Inland.
Trindle's move around the wicket now, trying to cramp up the left-handers, and that was a good start.
And that's the length that he'll be asking of his bowlers, and to me they've been bowling a little bit too much width early on in that back of a length. So the good players like Hunter have been able to make the most of that. Full and straight, really restricting the areas of the zone, hitting zones of Lake Mac attack would be something that Groth will be after from his bowlers right now.
Trindle around the wicket, straight ball, and that's high, long, and 6. Arms has got it. Joined the party, and he's hit that one over long on for 6 in front of the MA Noble stand. What a shot.
Great shot. Took on the field there, though. There was an element of risk in that. But Arms thought he wanted to join the party with his partner there, and was happy to back himself and reap the rewards with the maximum.
Arms 24 off 21, Hunter 42 off 21. It's none for 68 after 7 overs. 14 runs coming off that over. Yeah, I've seen Dylan Hunter play for Gordon a couple of times in commentary. They had a good season last year in the T20 comp. Not so strong this year, but...
No, I would have thought they're a little bit more suited to the shorter versions, their team, but they, with Premier Cricket playing predominantly one days up until now, they're sort of sitting, that mid to low table. But they've been pretty strong in the Kingsgrove T20 Cup, which is the Premier Cricket version of of T20 cricket, and this is the country cricket version of the Plan B Regional Bash. So it's great to see the country guys show their skills and talents here at the SCG today with the finals day. Change of bowler here.
Jelani Chilia. Is that how you pronounce it? Chilia?
That'll do, from the thriving metropolis of Bingra. Fantastic to see guys from smaller regional areas getting the opportunity not only to represent their region or their zone, but to play at the SCG today. I'm sure he's got a great following back home at Bingra for this occasion.
You're so happy for these players to be able to play here today. What an occasion. The finger spinner twirling the pink ball. That's in the air.
And it's gone
6.
all the way.
It's bounced into the members' stand there. It was pitched up and Hunter swung across the line. Didn't look like it came off the middle, but it went a long, long way. He's now just 2 short of a half century, Hunter. The finger spinner bowling around the wicket to the left-hander, but just getting a bit straight there, and Hunter hitting with the angle. Chile probably needs to just pitch outside the off stump and make them hit across. In again. Down the leg side. That's a wide. One more to the total.
Yeah, you can see what he's trying to do here with trying not to give Hunter that width, but very fine error for margin there, and obviously pushing it too far down leg that previous ball.
Again, 2 straight, and this is swept by Hunter. There's no one at fine leg, so this will be Hunter's 50. Backward square leg, hasn't been able to stop it. That's 4, and that is Dylan Hunter's half century. He goes to 52 of 24 deliveries, and he has got the Plan B Regional Bash Finals Day off to a scintillating start. Well played.
Yeah, fantastic innings there from Hunter. Exactly what the Lake Mac attack would have been after. By winning the toss and batting here is a solid start, and he's produced that for his team.
Chilia. Can he bounce back? It's a good ball and play back to the bowler. No run. In again, Chilia, and it's just pushed to short cover. Another dot ball.
And that's the better line. I think that's the line he needs to be darting in at that particular line. As I said, a fine error for margin for error there, but that's the ball he's after.
Another good ball, and it's just pushed to deep cover by Hunter, who will retain the strike for the next over. He's on to 53. The score now none for 80 after 8 overs. So my maths ain't too good, Tim, but even I know that's a run rate of 10 and over.
Yeah, no, it's a fairly very good start by the Lake Mac attack with a run rate like that. And Chilia's heritage is from Vanuatu and has played some international cricket for Vanuatu as well. So it's great to see some international cricketers having the opportunity to play for their new home area up in the Northern Inland, and obviously Bingra as well. So fantastic for him to bring his experience from Vanuatu onto the SCG stage for country cricket.
Absolutely. Now change of bowling at the Paddington end. Hayden Baker from Tamworth has the pill, and they're spreading the field now. Growth has got a backward point, deep cover, long off, long on, mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket, and a deep backward square leg. Hunter on strike. Just not timed, but it hits to cover, and they'll get 1. Yeah, Tim, how's things going up around the Lake Macquarie area with all the cricket development and the pathways?
Yeah, certainly a thriving area as far as population growth. Lake Macquarie area has certainly seen many housing developments. Probably a lot of people exiting from Sydney metropolitan region as well to have a bit of a, shall we say, waterfront views of around the lake. But cricketing wise, it's got 10 local junior cricketers there, junior clubs. 4 clubs play in the the premier or first grade for the Newcastle District Cricket Association, and 12 clubs in total in the Newcastle District Cricket Association. So, no, cricket's going really well. There's been a lot of growth in those junior clubs as well, which has been pleasing to see over a couple of years, and they've actually been very proactive in engaging with some local schools as well, so building a relationship there, so players can come from the school ground into club junior cricket.
That's fantastic, because the regional areas are such important breeding grounds for international cricketers in this country. Here's Baker into Hunter, who now he pulls out the reverse sweep, and I think he's been stumped here. We'll wait for the umpire. The finger hasn't gone up, so he must have got back, but he'd switched around, tried to hit it the other way, missed it.
We'll get a good look at that on the replay. Yes, Groth, the captain and the keeper, was very confident. If he lifted his foot at all, that would have been one of the ones you'd have a look at upstairs if we had that technology to break that by frame. But very, very rightfully a very keen decision by keeper Groth.
Baker again, good length, and Hunter, he's clutched his side there. I wonder if when he tried that extravagant shot the ball before, he may have tweaked something. He's on to 55 off 30, brings Arms back onto strike. He's on 27. Well, that's great to hear things are going well up around that area, because, we want to see the areas doing well. Baker up, and it's swung a long way. This will be 6 more. Wow, Daniel Arms has mowed that one towards the scoreboard, and it's going well for the Lake Mac attack. They're none for 91.
Daniel Arms wanting to join the party, went on length there.
It's wide of off stump.
Had the width
How's he hit that so hard?
He's had the width as well, and his eyes are lit up, and obviously across the line, but comfortable, and definitely cleared the boundary by a long way. So Arms looking to join the party with his partner Hunter, and has put Lake Mac attack in a very firm position here at the first part of this first game of the day.
I know some Sydney grade clubs are struggling to get the numbers up with people in the city's time poor. Do you have that problem up around Lake Macquarie, or do you find that people are really interested in getting involved with the clubs?
I think that challenge is generic everywhere. I think society in general is time poor these days.
Chile back, pushed along off by Hunter, who's doing it easy. 56 now for him.
And cricket's had to evolve as well to keep up with modern day society pressures, and by the things as, for example, not playing cricket only on a Saturday or Saturday morning. So a lot of midweek cricket's been created, which has gave more families opportunity for their kids to be involved.
Dot ball. Well, that's great. I think that's a really good initiative to play some stuff on the midweek, because if you got a family or your partner, and it's not saying you're going to be away for the weekend, it can make a big difference.
That's right. Yeah, as Chile comes in with his next ball, he's
pitched up, and it's squirted off the inside edge by Arms, who tried to hit that into the Churchill stand, and they've taken one.
His line's been pretty good this over so far. He's starting in at that middle leg, really trying to minimise the width for these two batters who are certainly set at the moment. So, but bowling to his field there, which is be pleasing for Captain Groth.
Chile are in again, and Hunter defends back to the bowler. It's a good over so far, just 2 coming from the first 4 deliveries. Chile are in, and it's just nurdled to short third man by Hunter, and easy single. One more to the Lake Mac attack total, who won the toss earlier today and elected to bat in the Sixers conference final.
Been a good over this so far from Chile.
The Vanuatu international bowler tosses up, and there's a big appeal. Turned down by the umpire. Looked fairly straight from 100 metres away and off to the right.
Keen to have a look at this one on the replay. Yeah, huge appeal by, rightfully so, by Chilia. And
right, I'm going to jump out. I'll leave you with Tim, and Martin Garoni's going to take over.
Thanks very much, Manners. Great work. We'll get... No, swap with All right. 10 overs down, 94 on the board. Nice over there. Only the 3 runs coming from it, so very good over. I'd like to welcome Henry Cupid, the Regional Cricket Manager for Northern Inland. So welcome, Henry, and welcome back from the UK.
Thanks, Marty. Yeah, good to be back. Good to see the Northern Inland boys in action, which is good. Lake Mac off to a great start here, though, so pulled it back a bit that last over, 3 off. But yeah, going along nicely for Lake Mac.
And Hayden Baker continuing after his first over went for 11, gets off with just the single off the first ball, shot down to long off from Hunter. He continues, and they're just picking it up. That's a lovely shot out square. They should get back for 2. That's really good running. These two are really setting the scene here for the Lake Mac attack, and Arms moves along to 36, so he's really gotten a wriggle on in the last few overs. And Hunter has not kept going as quickly, but still going along really well at 58 off 34 balls. So Baker in again. Gives that one a little bit of air. Nicely driven, just for the single this time.
Yeah, definitely a bit of room for movement now. They're both settled. They can both have a bit of a go now. Still 10 wickets in the hutch, so yeah, plenty of room to play with here. Good start. So in comes Baker.
Oh, nice effort there in the circle, and good piece of fielding, trying to cut it to 1. No, get back for 2. That's a really good piece of running there again. So Hunter moves along to 60 off 35. Arms is on 37 off 29. And that brings up the 100 for the Lake Mac attack in the 11th over. So they're rollicking along, and this is going to be a really big score for the Northern Inland boys to chase. It's a full toss. He's got all of that one. Hunter's smacked that right in underneath the scoreboard there. That's a huge hit. Just got a little bit full there, and he's taken full tile. It's a lovely shot out over wide long on, and that's a big 6, and he moves along to 66. Well, I did say that he'd slow down a little bit, but he's clearly that's prompted him. A reverse commentator's curse, and he's taken off. But Henry, welcome back from the UK, and you're now the cricket manager for Northern Inland, and how have you settled back in?
Yeah, it's some things never change, which is great up there, and based in Tamworth now, which is great, originally from Bingras. So yeah, really good to be settled back in around Tamworth. And yeah, it's a busy region. It's a big region, as many people know who've been out there. So still lots of good cricket going on in the region, and well represented today from around the region, which is good to see. But yeah, it is great to be back. There's still a lot of people in there I know who are still actively involved in the game. So it's been fantastic to catch up with people over the last few weeks and chat cricket. And yeah, it's good that those qualities never change, that you can just have a yarn about cricket. And it's still thriving, still doing well, still good junior numbers. Some of the rep programs are going excellently well. So it's all fantastic to see.
Excellent. And 13 came off that over from Baker, and Chile is going to continue. No, we're going to have a change in bowler. Sarakis is coming on. Local Northern Inland boy who's currently plying his trade in Sydney.
Yeah, but, he's gone down to the big smoke.
He's come down to the big smoke, and tell me a little bit about what he bowls.
Some nice little offies here, which would be good. I think pace off now. If we can just set a nice field to that. There we go. Get our lengths right, I think, at the moment. So I think big thing for Northern Inland, getting our lengths right here. If anything too full, too short, obviously we've seen the Lake Mac guys get stuck in.
He started off with a dot, and that's a lovely shot out over cover. Fielder gets around really quickly, and he's not going to be able to cut it back to the single, but that's a very good piece of fielding out there. So
it's been some good cricket from Lake Mac, though. Some sort of risk-free cricket as well. Just some really good cricket shots in there, and they've taken the 1s and 2s pretty easily. I think Tom Gross set a pretty good field, but it's just some really good risk-free batting, and the bad ball's been going the distance, so it's been really good batting here.
Bowling wide of the off stump. Got a fair piece of that. Sarakis got a hand on it, but wasn't able to cut it off totally, and they snuck through for a single. So
he's moving the field around a little bit. He's just pushing a man down to 45 inside the ring on the leg side. So looking to bowl a little bit straighter here, tuck him up a bit.
Hunter's moved along to 70, and Arms is on 37. Batter's just having a bit of a chat. Not sure what they'd be chatting about. I think life's pretty good. Maybe talking about what they're going to do later on tonight. But Sarakis comes in, Drops that one a little bit short. That's a neat little glide down to third man. Nice dive there. Early dive, but he did the job.
He just got there.
Hayden Baker cut that one off and only the single. So nicely done there by the youngster. Just bringing that fielder from short fine across to short third man now for Hunter on strike. He leans back and cuts that one. No run. Handy dot ball. Every ball they can bowl here that sort of keeps them to one run or a dot. It's a real bonus here for the bolters. They're really looking to tie them down and hopefully drag a wicket out with a bit of pressure from the bowlers. Comes in again and bowls. He's had a big swipe at that one. That's gone a long way in the air. Two fielders converging on it. Oh, he got there in the end, but unfortunately was unable to hold the catch. So that was a really good effort there by Chillier. Just raced around, but just couldn't hang on to the catch.
Yeah, very quick in the outfield. Yelani Chillier moves really well, but probably a bit of lack of communication on that one, I'd say, more than anything. Did all the hard work. Covered a lot of distance. Have a look at it again.
He's raced around the boundary. Two of them coming. The young other fielder pulled out just at the last minute, so really would have got into his eye line. Yeah, just a little bit unfortunate lack of communication there. And probably needed somebody other than the two fielders to be yelling out whose catch it was. But in the end, they got a couple from it. So Hunter moves along to 72. Arms is on 38. And they are none for 113 off 12 overs. So still ticking along just under that 10 and over. And I think they'd be keen to sort of tackle maybe 200 from here.
I think so. It's on the cards, so we've got to change of bowling now. Troy Sands coming on with his left arm medium fast. So nips the ball around nicely. So again, a bit of a change of pace. Good options here. So and three out in the leg side. We've got a man out at deep cover. Deep cover point and a man. We've got four out at the moment. And a man down here at mid-off. Sorry, just tucked away there.
Yeah,
so
just hidden away down there. Just hidden away behind your screen.
No, my screen, yeah.
Yeah, but they're definitely ringing the changes. I think this would be the sixth or seventh bowler used.
Yeah,
so, yep.
Tom Gross going for a bit of a mixture of pace here, so keepers up.
That's down the leg side, nicely flicked away. Arms has got that nice and fine, and he's going to come back for two.
Yeah.
Again, great piece of fielding out there. You've got to give it to the Northern Inland Boulders fielders. They're really covering the ground beautifully out around the boundary and putting, at least cutting off those extra boundaries. So that's a great piece of fielding. Good arm, and they get through for two. It just looks like might be Hunter struggling a little bit. He's down on his haunches at the non-striker's end. So
I think 2 or 3 overs ago he had a bit of an issue with his side, maybe. But
yeah, but he's just down on his haunches again. He just had a drink at the end of that over. Comes in and bowls again. Again down the leg side. He's got that one a bit finer again. Is that going to make it all the way? Oh, again, great piece of fielding. That's great work down there.
Good
he's
fielding.
cut that off again. So only the two. So he's covering a fair bit of territory down there.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Try and sort this line out a bit. Maybe just to work that off stump line now with the field he's got set. Comes Sands now.
That's Brian Warren down there. He's doing a great job for his team. That's very wide down the leg side and called a wide. And good work there by Groth to stop that getting through for extras as well. So
just dipped below 10 the run rate, but I think when you're none down, a lot of room to play with there. So 200 is on the cards, I'd say, at this rate. So a few wickets here just to break things up for Northern Inland would be ideal.
Bowls again. He's got a good piece of that. Arms. He's hit that out through through square leg, and that's gone all the way for 4. Lovely shot.
Great shot.
So he's picked the length nicely there. Probably just need. I think with the field he's got, he probably needs to be hitting the base of off stump.
Yep.
And really trying to tie him up that way. It is a bit of a 50-50 field with sort of 2 out on the offside and 3 out on the leg side. So. Just needs to be hitting the base of that off stump and putting pressure back on Arms. Comes in and bowls again. That's a better ball. Nicely bowled. And they sneak through for a single. Well done. Good recovery there from the bowler. So Sands is working hard for his team, as are all the fielders. So
same line, just a tiny bit fuller. Just cramped him up a little bit there. So if you are going to bowl that line, got to be nice and full there. But agreed, Marty. Just needs to probably just be on that off stump line, base. not allowing any width for those arms to have a swing, because there is a lot of space out in that leg side.
Hunter on 72, back on strike, comes in and bowls. That's down the leg side. He's got a good piece of that, and he's dropped him. I think his hat was starting to bobble on his head, and it's bounced off his hands, one bounce and across the rope. Unlucky down there because he's been fielding really, really well down there, young Baker. And that got to him in a hurry, and I think it just bobbled out of his hands. So we see again, full toss. Hunter's flicked that, and yeah, just bobbled out of his hands and one bounce over the rope. So
I think that's Cal Henry down there.
Cal Henry, is it? Nicely bowled. That's a great comeback with the last ball. So a little bit unlucky. Could have had a wicket. But unfortunately the over went for 14. So big over there big again.
Over. Yeah, Lake Mac.
None for 127 off the 13 overs. So again, just sitting just under that 10 runs and over, and this is going to be a huge score if these two keep going. And probably the interest now is, can Hunter get to 100? Arms is on 47, so he's getting close to a half century. These two are really setting the scene here nicely for the Lake Mac attack.
Great partnership, really is a great partnership. They have batted really, really well. The bad ball's gone. They haven't let anything loose go unpunished. So some great shots in there.
Sarakis to continue, comes in and bowls. That's wide of the off stump. That will be called a wide. Probably fairly close to where he wanted to put it, but just a bit too wide of that blue line. Comes in and bowls again. That one's in a bit closer. That's through the guy at the covers there. They're going to get through for 1, and I'll come back for 2. Yeah. That's good running.
You can see what Sarakis is doing with that length. Lines is probably a little bit out at the moment, but that length is, you can see where he's trying to nail that length, give them nothing to free their arms. So
Arms is now on 49 off 35. He's won for his half century. He's hit that, and that's a 6, so that brings up his half century. He moves along to 55 off 36 deliveries. That's a fantastic effort there from Arms. He's doing a great job for his team. And he and Hunter are really setting the scene, and it's none for 136 off 13.2 overs.
Arms has really accelerated the last sort of 4 or 5 overs as well, sort of really taken the game on. So he's letting Hunter do all the work, but obviously now he's...
Sarakis comes in, that's cut away beautifully. This is going to race away to the boundary as well, so really putting the foot on the throttle now, and these two are going along really, really nicely. So Arms to 59, score to 140 in the 14th over. So 200 looking very much on the cards of the way these two are going at the moment.
Yeah, just reading the field well as well, like just nice shots there. Just had to lean on that one a little bit, use the pace. Easy runs there behind square. Great shot.
So we've got 5 fielders on the leg side, 4 on the offside, so he really needs to be bowling in tight at the stumps. He bowls that well, that's beautifully driven down to long off, and they'll get through for a single. So Henry, obviously you're back local area. Tell us a little bit about your time in England.
Bit all over the place. It was a good start to get over there and just originally play cricket. Had coached a bit here and done a lot of cricket work here in Australia.
That's another boundary. Yeah, great effort again on the boundary, but unable to keep that one in, and that's 4 more to Hunter, and he moves along to 80, so getting close to that magical 100 number.
Batting really well. Yeah, lots of time in the UK, 8 years. Decided to come back where it's a little bit warmer and less windy. So I had 8 great years over there playing cricket and a bit of rugby as well, and thoroughly enjoyed my time. I was lucky enough to work at Lords and work with Middlesex, the MCC, Kent. So yeah, a lot of time coaching, development. It was great fun. I would recommend to anyone, well, when the borders are fully open, to go over there and enjoy a cricket summer if you can, because they're very accommodating. It's very social, it's very fun, and they really, as much as they give you a bit of grief, they do enjoy the Australians coming over and helping their club out. It's a great environment to be in. So it's for young cricketers out there who want to go, I would thoroughly recommend it. It's great fun.
Excellent. And a good plug there for young cricketers wanting to get a bit of extra experience. And that turned out to be a very expensive over there from Sarakis. He went for 20 off the over. And Hunter has moved along to 82. Arms is on 60. The score none for 147 with 6 overs remaining. So not only is 200 on the cards, but they might make a few more than that as well.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
these two.
When it was going along at 10s, you'd nearly take 200. I'd say now, like Mac are probably looking 210, 220 with two guys settled like this, and Arms is really starting to take off now, so he's up to 60, and he's just slowly just sort of flown under the radar a little bit, and now he's sort of taking the lead a little bit in this partnership. But yeah, it's looking very ominous for Northern Inland and very promising for Lake Mac.
So
Great position to be in.
Chile coming back into the attack. He's got none for 15 off his 2 overs so far, so he did a good job with his first 2. Let's see if he can try and tie it up and maybe pick up that elusive wicket for the Northern Inland Boulders. Comes in round the wicket, drops that one a little bit short, pulled mightily, but straight back past the bowler, and they're not going to come back for 2. Good piece of fielding there.
Brad Smith.
From Brad Smith down on the boundary.
Brad Smith usually has the gloves part-time on and off. Was playing in Tamworth the last few years, back to Armidale, where he's a teacher. So probably not used to finding himself out in the boundary. Brad, good bit of fielding nonetheless.
It's down the leg side, big swing at that one, and that's going to be called a wide. Again, nice piece of keeping there from Tom Groth. He's obviously played a lot of New South Wales country cricket. Very good cricketer and an excellent keeper. Comes in again, bowls that one. That's right on the stumps there, nicely bowled, and they'll only get the single. So this is a good start to the over here. Obviously the wide, but just 2 singles. I think that's going to be the aim for the Northern Inland Boulders, just to try and keep as many balls to that dot or a 1 to really restrict the score they're going to have to chase.
Definitely. Yelani very, very tight to the stumps. Bowls usually very tight lines, so he's finding his line pretty well this over, which is good, making it trickier for Lake Mac, but still scores on to 151.
Nice lofted shot that down to long on, and just the single there, which brings Hunter back on strike. He's on 83. So Chile comes in and bowls again, drops that one a little bit short, squared him up. That's a nice piece of bowling there. Got a bit of movement off the wicket as well, and they just sneak through for a single. This is a very good over.
Pushed that one through a little bit quicker as well, I think. He's just pushed on him just a bit. It's gripped in the wicket. As we saw last night in the T20, there was a bit of purchase there for the spinners.
Absolutely, and pretty exciting game in the end, that one last night with the super over. Sweep shot there to short, fine leg, and they scoot through for a single again. So they're still basically getting that runner ball and then trying to find the odd boundary at the moment, these two. They're doing a fantastic job.
Pulled it back a little bit
so far.
Pulled it back a little bit, but still great position here for Lake Mac.
Chile comes in and bowls. Reverse sweep, and he's bowled him. That's the end of Hunter for 84. That's a great knock from him. 84 off 48. He's done a fantastic job for his team. Nice piece of bowling there from Chile. Just pushed that one through a little bit. He went to the reverse sweep, and it's hit his, I think, middle and off there. So nice way to finish the over. And at the end of the 15th over, it's 1 for 153. So good breakthrough there for the Northern Inland Boulders, and hopefully that will enable them to try and slow the scoring rate a little bit in the last few overs.
Definitely good from Chile. He went for 11 off his first, so he's pulled it back his last 2. So some good bowling there. He's starting to mix his pace up a little bit, which is nice, which I alluded to earlier. But he's definitely sort of read the wicket a little bit more, and he's deserved his wicket there. So
absolutely,
one to go back to Vanuatu with, back to Bingra with. That he's got a wicket at the SCG.
Take that any day of the week.
He would, yeah. Might never hear the end of it, but good on him.
All right, well, yep. Thank you so much for joining us, Henry. We'll talk to you again a little bit later on.
Thanks, Marty.
But, welcome back to Australia, and we'll chat a bit more about Northern Inland when you jump on next time. We'll welcome
thanks very much.
Lukey Olsen, who is the area manager for Southern and Western New South Wales, to the mic for the last 5 overs.
Morning, Marty.
We've finally got the wicket that Northern Inland required, and now we're looking to see if they can try and reduce the damage a little bit in these last 5 overs.
Lake Mac are definitely in the box seat, aren't they? They have batted this innings beautifully, and would definitely be targeting 200 plus as a final score here. But great day, beautiful weather. A little bit different to last Monday for the women's Plan B, with rain interrupting a couple of the games. So beautiful weather here today, and it's always great to be at the SCG.
Absolutely, and Trindle coming back on. He's none for 22 so far off his, I think it's 2 overs. So he's got a couple to go. I reckon he might finish out from that top end. And we have Arms on strike, who's scooted along to 63 off 41. He held an end up there for a while, but now he's really accelerating. He started off with a wide there. That's well wide of the leg stump and through to the keeper.
Bit of a loosener there. He'll have to bowl that one again. It's definitely these 2 opening bats have batted beautifully today. Really taken it up to the Northern Inland attack, and it's just about minimising damage now.
Comes in and bowls again. That's on leg stump. I think that might have taken a thigh pad, and it's going to scoot away. They're getting through for 1, and they're coming back for 2. That's excellent running there from the Lake Mac attack crew. And yes, it's signalled leg by. So good running there again from Arms, and Gonanen has joined him at the crease. He's a Stockton Northern Districts player in Newcastle, and He will be looking to hit the ground running straight away with only the 5 overs to go. I think these two will really try and accelerate through for the rest of the innings. Trindle's gone around the wicket now, trying to cramp Arms. Comes in and bowls. Nicely bowled. He's just bunted that out in the offside. Scooted through for a single. Well run.
Good running there from Arms. Just rotating strike as much as possible. Trindle will be looking at keeping it nice and tight here.
Going back over the wicket to the new batter. There's no real change to the field for the new batter. He's got a deep cover, deep long off, deep long on, deep mid wicket, and deep backward square leg. Trindle comes in to bowl to Gonanen. Short, he's got hold of that. He's great catch.
That
He's
is great
gone
catch.
first ball.
Great catch on the
Excellent
boundary.
catch out on the boundary there. He actually got a good piece of that. Probably a little bit unlucky to get out first ball, but he's doing the right thing by his team. He's trying to get that one away for a 6. It was a shorter ball from Trindle. He's got a good piece of it, and then an excellent catch taken out there on the boundary.
Just got under that a little bit.
By Brad Smith.
Probably didn't quite get it exactly how he wanted it. It is a bit of a deeper boundary out there. Mind you, this wicket is pretty much smack bang in the middle of the ground, so just got under it a little bit there.
Nicely judged catch here by Smith. He's just kept himself, and he's caught that probably about a metre inside the boundary over his head. Good catch for a keeper out on the fence.
Just out in that area where another Smith came into some grief last night. So he was watching the rope intently when he was just after he caught that. Didn't want to step over. It's a good comeback there from Trindle.
Absolutely, that's a very good comeback from Trindle. A couple of quick wickets here from Northern Inland too, which will hopefully halt the run rate a little bit. We've got Jack Hardigan is the new batter. Comes from Hamilton Wickham. Very close and dear to one of our commentators' hearts, that one. No?
Neil McDonald in the commentary box at the moment doing a bit of sledging, so...
Arms is on strike now, 64 off 43. But 3 balls left in this over. 2 for 157 off 115.3. So still going along at just over 10 and over. Trindle comes in, bowls to Arms. He's cut that away through the gap, nicely played. Chases on. I'll get through for 1, coming back for 2. Picked up just inside the boundary, and they're going to scoot back for 3. Really good running.
Good chase there by young Brian Warren.
Absolutely.
It's a long boundary there. It's probably the longest boundary on the ground. Didn't give up and just pulled it up inside the rope.
You have to give it to the Northern Inland bowlers. They haven't given up on anything in the field. They've worked really, really hard right throughout the inning so far, and looking to try and reduce this as best they can. Hardigan on strike now as Trindle comes in and bowls to him. Slide outside edge.
Well fielded.
Well fielded. Oh, direct hit might have had him in trouble, but it's gone through and they're going to get through for an overthrow. Hardigan gets off the mark with 2, but great piece of fielding and direct
good
hit.
pressure. That is good pressure. Then they'll be thinking next time on that player. Good fielding, good arm. If it hit, it would have been close. So you can probably forgive that a little bit.
Yeah. Trindle comes in now, bowls to Arms on 67. It's wide outside the off stump. He's got a good piece of that. Sliding away. I reckon that's going to make it all the way to the boundary.
Good shot.
Excellent shot there from Arms. And he moves into the 70s now. So he's scooting along.
Trindle will be disappointed with the end of that over. Sort of pegged it back a little bit towards the middle and obviously got that wicket, but in a 3, a 2 and a 4 to finish off. So
sorry, that was Hardigan. Sorry, it's a beautiful shot there out over point, away to the boundary. So he's come out with good intent. Another big over there, 2 for 166 off 16 overs. So we've got 4 overs to come, and the damage is getting quite large here for the Bolters. They're going to have to bat very, very well to chase this down. Yeah,
you'd really think that they'd be hoping to keep it under 200. If they can do that, I think they'd be happier.
We've got Chillier back into the attack now. He's going to bowl his 4th over. He's got 1 for 21 off his 3 overs so far. He's probably been the pick of the bowlers. For the Northern Inland Bowlers, doing a great job for his team, and obviously be very happy to be taking a wicket on the SCG back home to Bingra.
Definitely.
Comes in round the wicket now, bowling to Arms. It's on the stumps. Whoa.
It's called a wide.
Called a wide, just slid down the leg side. Thought it might have clipped the pad, but umpire said no. Bowling again, round the wicket. Gives that one a bit of air. Nicely driven by Arms down to long on, and they trot through for a single. So, Luke, you obviously come from the southern part of the region, so you'll be keen to see who wins the Thunder final later on today.
Yeah.
Any tips from the...
Oh, look, ACT is a really strong team. Obviously, a lot of their players play in Premier Cricket in Canberra, so... you've got the likes of Charlie Bloomfield. You've got Josh Staines. They've all played high level representative cricket. So I think across the board they're going to be really strong. Defending winners here, won here last year. So I think it'll be the pick of the games in the semi-finals. I think it's a really level game at the moment.
Let's just clip the pad.
Yeah, leg by there.
Leg by, so just a single. This is pretty good over here again by Chillier. Only the 4 runs off the first 3 balls. He's doing a great job for his team. As I said, has probably been the pick of the bowlers for the Bolters. Comes in round the wicket again. Reverse sweep. He's got a piece of it. It just cleared the fielder at short third man, and they'll scoot through for 2.
Did bob up there, and I thought there may have been an opportunity there for a backward square leg to take a catch, but just too far.
He's turned around pretty quickly.
Been watching a lot of Glenn Maxwell there, I think.
Yep. Comes in and bowls again.
Ooh,
big swing.
Not out.
Not out.
Stumping chance there. Yeah, has bowled well, Chillier. He's definitely helping put a little bit of pressure on.
He's got one ball left.
Overs he's got to go.
I think it might have been an appeal for a catch. I'm not sure. It didn't look
maybe.
like he got a bottom edge on it, but again, a beautiful piece of bowling. Comes in and bowls his last ball. Again, a reverse sweep. He's actually hit that one pretty well. It's racing out towards the boundary. I reckon it's going to make it just in front of the fielder down there, and he unfortunately finishes off with a boundary. But a good shot. Like, there wasn't much wrong with the delivery, and he's played a beautiful reverse sweep all the way down to the boundary there. So Hardigan's really got a wriggle on. He's 13 off 6. Arms is 68 off 46, and it's 2 for 176 off 17 with 3 overs to go.
Definitely not what Chilia wanted for that last ball. Like you say, Mark, it was a good ball and in the spot, but it was a great shot there. Probably the shot that he may have wanted to play a few balls earlier, the one that dollied just over backward square. So
looks like Trindle's going to bowl his last over. He's got 1 for 33 off his 3 so far. So been relatively expensive.
Rocking the popular mullet. Lots of mullets around today, I've noticed. So obviously been working on them through COVID lockdowns. So
No, looks like we're going to change it up again.
Trindle is not going to bowl. They may save him for the last couple of overs.
And it's Brian Warren coming back into the attack. Looks like he's going to bowl round the wicket. He's got none for 21 so far. So he'll be looking to tighten things up. We have Arms on strike on 68. He's got 3 overs to get 32 for his 100. Comes in, bowls round the wicket. He's got a good piece of that. No.
Just going to fall.
Oh, no, that is a
catch.
great catch.
Great catch.
That is an exceptional catch taken out there. Brilliant piece of fielding. Quite sure who that is. Trindle. So Trindle's done the job for his fellow bowler. Running backwards out towards the boundary. It was going over his head. Looked like it was going to fall safely, and he's taken a fantastic catch there to dismiss Arms for 68.
They may have had a plan, Marty. Don't bowl and just take this catch. But that just seemed to hold up and hold up and hold up in the air, and just got back enough, outstretched, and took a great catch back over the back of his head.
See the bowler there begging for him to catch it. I don't think he was... Oh, very excited, very happy there. Great catch taken by Trindle, and he's done a power of work for his team. He's from out at Narrabri, so he travelled a fair way to get here today, and that's a fantastic catch to dismiss Arms for a very, very well made 68 off 47. So just taking a few wickets here at the back end, the Bolters just dragging that score back a little bit. Be interesting to see how they can go for these last 17 deliveries. That is crossed then, so Hardigan's on strike. He's got 13 off 6. He's made a brisk start to the innings.
Started really well.
And so the Wranglers, who are the standouts for them?
Good question.
I know Blake Dean is...
Blake Dean has gone back out to play as the zone of origin player there. Nick Rose obviously has played a bit of cricket in Canberra. Ben Mitchell, another zone of origin player. So they've got a good blend of experienced players that have played at a high level and some good kids coming through as well. So
lucky to get away with that one. I think that could have easily been called a wide, but that's been called the one short ball for the over, and he got a dot there.
So they're definitely shown some real commitment to the competition this year. Didn't quite get to the SCG last season. Obviously, the conference or the pool that they play in encompasses Greater Illawarra and also South Coast with the Far West team. So the Far West Outlaws have been regular finalists here at the SCG over the last 5 or 6 years. So they won the competition in year 2. So Central West, Far West are definitely old foes as far as representative cricket goes.
In the bowls again. Hardy can scoop that
there.
great straight back over the wicketkeeper's head and down to the boundary for 4. So he continues to keep the foot on the pedal, and 2 and 4 off the last 2 deliveries. Great piece of running the ball before, but that's a beautiful ramp shot straight back over the keeper's head and raced away to the boundary for 4.
And really, in this sort of level of cricket, if you can utilise those unorthodox shots, it does catch the fielding team out a little bit. It doesn't happen that often. He's played 2 really good reverse sweeps, and that obviously that ramp shot.
Warren comes in again, bowls. He's bunted that one back up to the fielder there at mid-wicket, and they scoot through for a single. So Hardigan is now 20 off 10. He's going at strike rate of 200, and that brings Chad on strike. So Adrian Chad, the skipper, he's from Stockton Northern Districts as well, and a very good player. And I think had a very good country championships final yesterday for the Newcastle. So he'll be looking to add to that today. Warren comes in, bowls that, nicely placed out there on the offside, and he just gets through for a single.
How do you think the Northern Inland team are going to attack this run chase, Marty? Do they have the depth, do you think?
I think they've got the batting. It's just going to be a case of they're going to need a really good start. I think the Lake Mac attack showed today that if you get off to a good start, your openers are going along at a good rate of runs and not losing early wickets has really set up the way that they can bat right throughout the innings. So it's made it very comfortable for the field, for those following them coming into bat. So I think for absolutely for the bolters, they're going to need to do the same thing. They're going to need their openers to get them off to a really good start.
Yeah.
And hopefully then they can really chase down at the back end. But I think Simon Norville will be key for them. He's a big hitting batter, and he's going to be key to them getting near this big score. He's going to need to make a 70 or 80, and that'll help their team get along and chase and try and chase down this big total, which has got 2 overs to go, 3 for 184. They should get over 200 from here. And it's Trindle coming back on to bowl his last over. So he was meant to bowl the other one. They pulled him out and he took a fantastic catch. So the skipper's tossed him the ball now, and hopefully he can take a few wickets and reduce these last 2 overs to something respectable. Comes in and bowls outside the off stump. That's taken an outside edge, and that's going to race away for 4.
Frustrating for the bowler there. That's bit wide, but outside edges when you're third man and fine leg are up.
Yep.
Coach killers, aren't they?
Yeah, wide of the off stump. He's taken the edge. Definitely not where the batter wanted to hit it, but probably the safest place to get a boundary at the moment. So that's caused a change in the field. So we've pushed back third man down to the boundary, and we've brought up long on. So comes in and bowls again to Chad. Wide of the off stump. He's got a good piece of that, but he's hit it straight to cover. Good catch.
Be disappointed there, Chad.
Sarakis has taken a very nice catch. It got to him pretty quickly. He's hit it reasonably well, just couldn't get it into the gap, and that's a good catch taken there in the covers by Chad. And Trindle takes his second wicket. He's got 2 for 37 now, so doing a good job for his team.
Yeah, I think they'd be happy if they could keep it around that 200 mark.
So new batsman
188 now. So
Richardson.
You'd think they could squeeze out the 12 to get to 200, which would be a massive result here.
Yeah, it's already a very, very big score at 4 for 188 with 10 balls remaining. They'd be very keen to try and keep it as low as they possibly can from here and give themselves a good chance to... Somebody takes a tumble in the back of the commentary box. Everybody's okay.
One of the Bar TV guys fall over a chair. Everyone all right back there? They're all good.
We are very lucky to have the Bar TV guys here giving you these wonderful pictures, and obviously our sponsor in Plan B, Regional sponsor of the Plan B Regional Bash Transport for New South Wales, who do a great job, and it's really important that if you're going to go out and have a few drinks, that you make sure you've got a plan B about how you're going to get home and you don't fall off stools
Definitely.
at the back end of the evening. So
we'll be
really
calling these guys a taxi to get home tonight.
Yeah. So Trindle comes in to bowl to Richardson, the new batter. Wide of the off stump, he's pushed that nicely to cover, and they scoot through for a single. But it is brilliant. The sponsorship we get from Transport New South Wales is exceptional. And obviously there's a lot of travel that these guys are involved with to get to and from these games. And it's important most of them are staying tonight so that they can get home safely tomorrow. They're not travelling long distances late at night. So really do appreciate the sponsorship we get from Transport New South Wales to make sure these games go ahead and they're safe. He's got a good piece of that one. He's whacked that out over mid-wicket. Again,
It's well fielded.
great piece of fielding out there on the boundary. And, these guys, Zach Craig that was, out on the boundary, scooted around.
Callum Hendry.
Callum Hendrick, sorry.
Callum Henry.
And great piece of fielding, scooted around the boundary and cut that off. So they're doing a fantastic job in the field, Northern Inland, and they just need to keep this up for another
8 balls to
eight
go in the
deliveries.
innings.
So they get back for 2.
Yeah, back on your comments around the travel. We'll call this ball.
Bowls that wide of the off stump. He's got that just over long on, and it's going to race away to the boundary. He had to stretch for it. He's got it nicely in the middle of the bat, over the fielder at mid-on and out to the boundary for 4.
He did have to reach for that one, but got a piece of it. That has flown off the bat. Very awkward-looking shot.
Hartigan's doing a fantastic job here for his team. He's 26 off 12, so going over 200 over a 200 strike rate, and really setting his team up. And they move along to 4 for 195. And again,
mid on back again, so bringing up third man.
Comes in and bowls wide of the off stump. He's got a piece of that one again. That's gone out there, and young Henry taking a good catch. Very good catch. So, but an excellent job there from Hartigan. He finishes with 26 off 13 deliveries. And again, that over's gone for 11. 2 wickets. So Trindle finishes with 3 for 44 off his 4 overs. And it's 5 for 195 with 1 over to go.
Yeah, back on your comments around the Plan B and Transport for New South Wales, it is a really important aspect of country cricket as well. Lots of travel every weekend. We've got players training during the week, travelling home later on in the evening, sometimes travelling 100+ kilometres. So that message around safe driving and having a Plan B, the old days of having a couple of beers after training, it's really important that we do have a message that we need to be safe, we need to be thinking of getting home safely, so we can get back to cricket next week. And really important message, and great to have that sponsorship and that opportunity to spread that word.
And it's going to be Brian Warren to bowl the last over. He'll be bowling to Brendan Charlton. It's a new batter. Richardson is with him with 1 off 1. So last over the innings, 5 for 195. Comes in and bowls to Charlton. It's short and wide outside off stump. Didn't really get a piece of that. Great piece of fielding. A direct hit would have had him out.
Yes.
And nice backing up there. So just the 1 run off the first ball.
Adam McGurk there from Gunnedah, who's good fielding, just inside in the ring, backward point.
Warren's done a very good job so far. He's got 1 for 30 off his 3 overs. He comes in and bowls. Again, that short. It's hit the back of the bat, I think.
Yep, definitely.
And squirted away to short third man, and they get through for another single. So a good start to the over, only a couple of singles. And a nice, shorter, quicker ball there. He's actually bowling with a good head of steam here. just caught the batter out. He was trying to get forward at him, and he's shortened him up there with a nice quick short delivery.
It's got him on the glove. He's shaking his hand there. So I think it's stung a bit.
Comes in and bowls to Charlton. Again, cramped him up. He's bunted that away on the leg side. They get through for 1, and that's all they're going to get.
It's good fielding there.
Another great piece of fielding. It's Brad Smith out there. He's already taken a good catch on the boundary, and we heard earlier he's normally a wicket keeper, so he's covering a bit of territory out on the boundary, something a little bit foreign to him.
Yep.
But only the 3 singles so far, and they move along to 198. Warren doing a good job here with the last over. Comes again, bowls again to Richardson. Outside the off stump, he's hit that nicely down to long off, but again only the single, and this will be handy for the bolters, I think, if they can have a good last over, get into the sheds, gives them a little bit of momentum coming into their batting innings. So
they'd class that as a little mini win, wouldn't they?
Absolutely.
Keep it to 200-ish. It could have easily blown out to 210, 215. So I think they'd be pretty happy to keep that to around the 200 mark.
Comes in and bowls again to Charlton. He flicked that off his legs. That's going to go fine. Bit of work there for Smith. He chased around. Nice piece of fielding, up and throws. They're coming back for 3.
Good running.
Excellent running. That brings up the 200. So 5 for 202 with 1 ball remaining. And very nice piece of running there. Richardson really putting in the big ones to get back for the 3rd. Not sure that Charlton was necessarily that keen, but Richardson wanted to get the strike for the last ball. So great piece of running. 1 ball remaining. Comes in and bowls. He's got a good piece of that out through point. Fielder's going to have to race around. Again, does a great job. Gets around, gets it in. And they get 2. So well fielded out there on the boundary. So they finish at 5 for 204. So that's a big score.
That is a massive score, considering a couple of 2020 matches on this wicket last few days, Australia, Sri Lanka, and I think the highest score was last night, 160, 164. So there's been a bit of cricket on this wicket, and there will be, obviously, by the end of today. It looks like it's definitely a very, very, very competitive total, and I think the Northern Inland, they won't die wondering, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
They've got their work cut out for them. James Sarakis and Simon Norval are going to be keys to this run chase, and I think if they can get going and really put some pressure on the Lake Mac bowlers, we've got a game.
Absolutely. All right, well, we're going to take a bit of a break. So 5 for 204 is the score for Northern Inland bowlers to chase, and a fantastic batting innings there from the Lake Mac attack. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes, and we'll see the run chase.
Hello viewers, wherever you're watching, and welcome back to the Sydney Cricket Ground. The Northern Inland Bolters have a stiff task ahead of them. They need 205 for a spot in the final of the Plan B Regional Bash. It's the Sixers Conference Final. I'm Andrew Menzel. I'm joined by Neil McDonald, the area manager for the Greater Hunter. Neil, what an exhibition put on by the Lake Mac attack in the first part of this game, led by Dylan Hunter, who peeled off a breezy 84 off 49, backed up by his opening partner Daniel Arms with 68 off 47. Great stuff.
The opening the platform that was laid there by Hunter and Arms really set them up for that 200. But even so, the innings never lost its acceleration. It just kept going and going. And I think when I left the Coventry stint, I sort of thought a 150 might be par. But certainly 200 will take a lot of getting.
Yeah, certainly well above par. So just running through the scorecard, Daniel Arms 68 off 47. Caught Trindle bowled Warren. Dylan Hunter bowled by the off-spinner Chile off 84. Those two put on 153 to start things off. Gonningham was out for a duck. Jack Hardigan made a breezy 26 off 13 deliveries with 4 boundaries. Chad made 5 before he was dismissed by Trindle. Richardson and Charlton were both not out on 5. Altogether 204. So one of the bigger totals in this competition thus far. Best of the bowling, Trindle with 3 for 44 off his 4 overs.
Yeah, I thought Trindle was the pick of the bowlers there, and certainly some, inventive batting with some of the ramp shots and reverse sweeps that were played, along with some really classical cricket shots by the Lake Mac attack batters.
Looks like a good deck to bat on. I think the batters enjoyed the extra pace coming onto the ball. Some of the regional wickets can be a bit tackier and slower, so they will have enjoyed that nice hard SCG pitch. But here's the first ball of the Northern Inland Bolters reply. And it's pulled away on the outside cord. Unbelievable. What a catch. Square leg diving to his right has taken a blinder off the first ball of the Bolters reply. Incredible.
That's all happened a bit too quick for us all, has it? Is it Joey Gillard that's taken the catch there? Just get our replay up. That was all just first ball. There it was, whipped out through square leg, and unfortunately just diving catch there. Unfortunately for the Northern Inland bowlers, the bowlers opening bat. Yeah, he's played it away there. Diving catch, diving away to his right.
Good bowling by Dan Bailey. Tucked up the batter, and he's been caught. What a start. Just ready to confirm who the batter is, because all our scorecards are down at the moment.
It's very hard here, Andrew. It's obviously just playing forward of square leg there.
Well, what a start for the Lake Mac attack. They made a beautiful 5 for 204, and then they've struck with the very first ball of the innings. Bailey dismissing the Bolters' opening bat. It was choked up and so unlucky. It was a great catch at square leg, diving to his right where the umpire would be, and
in many ways,
terrific effort.
Yeah, Simon Norwell a bit unlucky there. I mean, there's 3 on the leg side, and he's picked out the fielder at forward of square leg.
Pizrakis on strike, who slashes at his first ball, and it goes to cover. I saw Pizrakis playing for West earlier this summer in the Kingsgrove Sports T20 Cup. West had a pretty good tournament in the 20-over competition. Pizrakis, I think, was the 21st leading run scorer in the Kingsgrove Sports T20 Cup, so had a handy little season. It was a bit of rain around, which affected it, but he's a class player. He'll need to do what Dylan Hunter did. He's pushing into the offside.
Yeah, they'll be counting on all his experience playing in through Sydney. Well known in the Northern Inland circles, James Pizrakis. But they'll be looking for really big innings out of him here. And I've got a funny feeling and my eyesight is fading. That's Joey Gillard out there at forward square leg taking that catch. But I'll be corrected.
Bailey bowls and Pizrakis slashes, and it's gone over Point's head, bouncing away, and they'll get 2.
Yeah, got away with that over backward point. Fielder running back, just always just that couple of metres behind it, and the third man coming up was able to reel it in, but little inside out. I think he was looking to go fairly straight. Dan Bailey getting a little bit of movement off the wicket, and just gathering a bit of an outside edge there.
The bolters are off. 1 for 2. Bailey in and beats the outside edge of Pasrakis. They're a bit excited there at first slip. And the opening bat dismissed first ball was Simon Norville.
Yeah, he's a bit of a gun there. That's a really good wicket for the late Mac attack. So, and as I say, you play that shot in any other game of cricket, and you probably get away with it for 2 out through backward square. But just good bit of awareness there. Fielder first up, first ball, and everybody's live. And
He's just a bit high on the bat, which I think gave the fielder a chance. Bailey in and Pasrakis placed a point, no run. Well, that's the end of an eventful start to the Northern Inland Bolters reply. They're 1 for 2. The man out Norville for a duck. Now, I feel like chasing this big target of 205, that the power play is really important for the Bolters, and I think obviously that's why Norville took on that first ball, because with the field up and chasing such a big total, they need to sort of take advantage of that. I mean, we saw the Lake Mac attack score 54 in their 6 overs. So you would think the Bolters would need to roughly match that to be in the contest.
Yeah, a certain amount of freedom you've got to play with. I guess it's that balance between risk and reward. You're backing yourself to say, well, there's only 2 out, so as long as I can get it over that infield or through the infield, I'm going to get runs. But I say again, you take the risk, and if it doesn't quite come off, well, you could lose a couple in that power play as well, but certainly they need a solid start. Okay, they've lost 1. If they can rebuild for the next 5 overs and get to 40, well, we're back in the game.
Absolutely. Brad Smith to kick things off from the Paddington end, and Brad Smith's on strike. Brendan Charlton to bowl from the Paddington end. Brad Smith just playing that one down to third man for a single.
Brendan Charlton just a little short there, and he's got that one down to third man, which is good just to keep rotating that strike. So we'll see what this next delivery.
Brendan Charlton from the Toronto Workers Club. Pink ball in hand. That's a good length, and just played into the onside for a single. Pasrakis. There's a deep square leg in the third man.
Yeah, it's Jack Hardigan out there, so they've got a single. Jack did it quite well in the Lake Mac innings.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? 26 off 13.
Yeah, really 200 on the strike rate, and he's been quite a powerhouse with the Hamilton Wickham club in Newcastle this year.
Smith back and cutting into the offside, no run. Shy at the stumps at the non-striker's end. Late Mac attack, they're up and about, aren't they? They've put on an imposing total. They could start to imagine playing in the final tonight.
Yeah, they are, and sort of, you can say throwing unnecessarily or necessarily, depending upon the situation, but it just keeps fielders on the move and in the game.
Cut beautifully in front of point by Smith for 4. That's a magic shot. It was too short, too wide, and he pounced on it.
Yeah, really good shot. Only the 3 out there on the offside, the point cover and mid-off, and none of those fielders were ever going to get into play there. It was a good shot. It is wide. It probably nearly would have been a wide, I think. But yeah, got onto that nicely, and just a really well-played shot.
Smith waits for Charlton. Delivers a fuller ball, not as wide, and it's just played to backward point, no run. I think the Northern Inland Bolters should take some hope from Daniel Arms, the opening Lake Mac attack player. He sort of, started off slowly, went about a runner ball, just supported Hunter, but then he really mowed it on from there and ended up with 68 off 47. It just shows if you give yourself a bit of time on this pitch, you can make up for it. That's too full to be playing that shot by Smith.
Yeah, no, agreed. You've got to have even in T20, there's got to be that steady, that person that's willing to work the singles out and then gradually work into their innings, and if they're still there after 10 overs, to be able to play a bit more expansive. I think a lot of the trick in T20, everybody sort of feels like I've got to hit every ball out of the park, and that's just not what's required. Indeed, the early days of T20, they used to say, and I'm not sure it works now with the size of boundaries and the size of bats, but the side that scored the more singles was going to win the game. Don't know whether that's quite effective in the men's game these days, but it's worth thinking about.
Bailey to Pasrakis, who's wrapped on the pads. It's a big appeal, and the umpire's raised his finger, and Bailey's got his second. The star from West is gone. Pasrakis out for 3. Ripping delivery, stump to stuff by Bailey. Pinned Pasrakis to the crease, and the Bolters are 2 for 8.
Yeah, Dan Bailey has been outstanding stalwart for the Belmont Club in Newcastle, and he's played in a number of finals of recent years and has always stump to stump, and that looked pretty adjacent there on Pasrakis, and the umpire's finger has gone up without too much hesitation. Caught on the crease, about knee roll, and he gave it a good look, but certainly the decision of LBW looked pretty adjacent.
Seemed to just come back at the right-hander a little bit.
I did, a little bit of nip off the wicket there. But Bailey always at you, makes you play, and especially in these opening overs with the ball being nice and hard and new. So we've got our
Callum Henry coming to the crease.
Yeah. Callum's from Tamworth, as are a number of the players in this side, but he's 2 for 8. They've got a really big job to do.
That was the first ball of the 3rd over.
So that's first ball for Bailey off his 2 overs, wicket. So if he bowls another 2 now, and you never know, we could be in real trouble.
That's right. Bailey in again, and he's bowled in. First ball. Wow, what a spell Bailey's putting together here. His 3rd. He's got 3 wickets for 2 runs. Incredible stuff. Henry gone to a Jaffa. First up, Bailey and the Lake Mac attack are on the move.
Wow, massive scenes of celebration here. It's obviously the batter's not that happy about things. We'll get a replay up here shortly, but again, as I said before, Dan Bailey at the stumps, a little bit of nip back in, hit off stump. Probably, I guess, batsman probably thought it might not have got up. We'll get a side-on view, but...
Oh, that's a Jaffa to get first up from Henry. Cut back, kept a little low.
Did keep a little low.
And we might see that a little throughout the day. This pitch was used last night for the T20 International between Australia and Sri Lanka. So we've got this game, then the Thunder Conference final. So we might see and then the final time. We might see the odd ball keep low, but poor Henry there just got a peach first up, and Bailey, that's what you got to do. Just keep on at the batters. If they miss, you hit the stumps, and now he's got 3 for.
Yeah, no, similar delivery to his to the previous one, nipping back a little bit, as you said, Andrew, in through from off stump. But that one did keep a little low. But again, you're still able to cover your off stump, so probably needed to just get something more in line with that.
Here we go, hat-trick ball. Can Bailey do it? Delivers. And it's a good ball, but kept out there by the new batter, McGurk.
Yeah, made McGurk play on that one, so he didn't really have a choice of letting it go or having a look in many ways. Had to play. So Bailey's really zeroing in here. He's 2 wickets and a dot in this over so far.
I mean, he's never going to forget today, is he? On the SCG, he's got 3 for 2 in 2 overs. Incredible stuff. What a start for him. He's in again. And he's beaten the bat. That was so close to the outside edge of McGurk.
Nearly got he's fended outside of off stump and nearly carried through. Didn't get a touch on it in the end, but replay coming in now. Yeah, about
the other way.
6 stump line. Did go the other way. So a bit of movement here for Bailey early on, and making the most of having a really good length in his opening spell.
He looks like someone to me who's got really good control of his skills.
Yeah, no, agreed.
Bailey in again. A little bit shorter and wider, but can't beat the field. McGurk. 3 for 8. Unfortunate start for the Northern Inland Bolters, but Bailey's been bowling well. We saw an excellent catch to start the innings off.
Yeah, listening in with interest, I'm sure those North Coast sides, we mentioned in our first spell, Andrew, the fact that there was a bit of rain interruption for who went through, and I'm sure the North Coast boys are having a look at this right at this minute.
Oh, that squirts off the inside edge and down to fine leg for a single. Yeah, tough situation for the organisers when you lose so much cricket on a weekend. Not sure what you can do about it.
No, that's right. And as we said before, it's a case of you pick weekends out that you're able to make the commitment of travel, and a lot of these teams have gone a long way. We just see the LBW shout there against Sarakas, and then the followed up, by the bold, just taking that off stump, hitting the off stump.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Henry there. You come out there, you just want to have a look at one, and then you get a real jaffer that cuts back and keeps low. Batsman's nightmare.
Absolutely. But a real job here to do it. 3 for 9.
A real difference in the scorecard. After 3 overs, Lake Macatac were none for 27. The Bolters are 3 for 9. McGurk's on strike. Charlton to continue from the Paddington end. And he pushes to mid-off, and they've set off for a single. Good stuff.
They got there. It was a good, nice shot up there to mid-off. Single. It's Jeremy Noonan out there at mid-off. The Western Suburbs Club in Newcastle. It's a little single there. I'd expect to see Jeremy bowling a little later on, as long as there's overs remaining.
Smith, bat raised, has been at the non-strikers end watching all the carnage. We'll just see if there's any bat in that one. There was a little inside edge, so Smith gets one more, scampers down the other ends.
Inside edge onto bat onto pad and single there, and this is what they've got to keep doing. They've got to keep looking for singles, nothing silly, and just seeing if they can build this up again to a chance to be able to mount a challenge to the 200.
McGurk on strike, and it's whipped away onto the onside. There's a fielder in the deep, so there's just one run there. The fielder is in front of the Barongal stand and the ladies stand, patrolling the area out there.
Yeah, nice shot that, whipped off his toes, and as I say, this is what they need to do. The boulders.
Smith waits for Charlton. A little bit wide and hacked at by Smith. Can't beat the field. Yeah, I think that's the right tactic from here, Neil, is to try and build a partnership, enjoy the occasion, enjoy the privilege of playing on this great ground, and try and challenge that total as best you can.
That's it. If you give it everything you've got, it's this next ball. Bit short. Didn't get it away.
Drops on the onside from Smith, and again off the inside edge. So another run to his total.
Yeah, no, it'd be nothing worse than the opportunity to play out here and maybe leaving 5 overs out there that the team could have batted for. To be able to make use of your 20 overs for starters is important. Sometimes you can't navigate how a game's going to go, but to give yourself every chance, take it deep.
Full by Charlton, swung into McGurk, who played it to mid-wicket for a single. We actually did see quite a few big overs in the Lake Macatac innings. After 4 overs, the Northern Inland Bolters are 3 for 14. So there is the real possibility of acceleration. If one player can get his eye in and find the boundary a few times, they can really accelerate and start to challenge.
No, absolutely. I mean, you can't guarantee that every bowler is going to be, bowling the great line.
I mean, Bailey can only bowl 4 overs, can't they?
He can only bowl 4 overs, yeah. So that's right. So there's 4 others that need to step up, and everybody can have an off day, and it's really for the batsman to take advantage of that when it's available.
Well, here's Dan the Destroyer.
And the Destroyer was still got to slip in place.
In again. McGurk squirts that away on the onside off his pad. He'll get 1 run. The score 3 for 15. Bailey with the figures of 3 for 3.
Magic figures, aren't they? You know.
Yeah, is he Scott Boland? I mean,
Yes.
didn't Scott Boland have similar figures at one stage at the MCG and ended up with 6 for 7?
Yeah, he did. He did. That's sort of figures you just dream about, isn't it? You know? And then you
Exactly.
see them up on a scoreboard.
I don't think I've
which
ever had figures like that.
no, similar.
Bailey in again, and
bit
it
shorter.
swung away on the onside. That's a beautiful shot by Smith. It was too short, and he rocked back and smashed it to the mid-wicket boundary in front of the trumper stand. They needed that, the Bolters.
They did good, just uncanny short ball there, but really well put away. There's only the 2 fielders out in front of square on the leg side. Bit short there, got through it, and it was never in doubt to go to the boundary. It's a good shot.
Very good shot. Sitting deep in his crease there. Smith waits for Bailey. Full ball, good recovery from the speedster. Dot ball. Yeah, we saw Smith that last ball go back in his crease, and it's amazing how important it is at all levels of cricket, whether it's limited overs or red ball cricket, to use your crease.
Absolutely. So easy. Well, maybe not so easy, but generally, if a bowler can get into a groove, they'll continue to put the ball where they want to put it. And unless you go and make that half-metre change one way or the other, they'll just keep delivering it there. So you've got to make the bowler think about what they're doing as well.
Bailey to Smith. He nudges into the offside. They set up for a single. Bailey's going to throw at the non-striker's end. Might have been close. A diving Brad Smith is safe. Yeah, we saw Smith on that boundary. You know, he goes back in his crease and changes the length, allows him to get under it. We see that in international cricket. Aaron Finch is one who likes to, you go deep in your crease and allow you to get under the ball.
Yeah, there was a time there where you spend so much time talking to batters about, that was close. Just about moving their feet. But now it's a case of, it's still, principles are still there. Head's still when you're striking the ball, but put yourself into position quickly to be able to play a different line of length. It's well bowled. From Bailey, just a defensive push into the offside.
Yeah, one technical change I've noticed in the last 5 or 10 years is with footwork is sometimes you actually want to give your hands room to hit through the ball. So sometimes you want to get your foot a little bit out of the way, whereas when maybe I was growing up, it was all get your foot close to the ball. No gap with the bat and pad.
That's right.
Solid defence, but sometimes
now it's just down the line, and by all means, as long as your head's still, as long as your arms are coming through it, they seem to come off a lot better now.
Exactly, and that's McGurk playing to mid-on. Well, the end of the 4th over here, the 5th over. It's
over.
3 for 20 after 5 overs.
So after this one, Andrew, actually I might just sit in one more if Tim Cox, the Mayor of Lake Macquarie, doesn't mind. We'll
the last over of the power
hang
play.
For one more over. I'm enjoying this one just to see where they end up with, and 3 for 20 at the moment, and even if they happen to have a good over and got to 30, it's probably a win for them, given that they're 3 down, and then they can reassess and have a look at what they've got to do for the next 14. But a partnership here is pretty crucial, I think.
Nice to see a few friends and family of these teams have come to the SCG today, sitting in the ladies and members stands.
Yeah, lots of photos taken on ground. I mean, there's a $5,500 fine, I think, if you're on the SCG at the wrong time. But there was plenty out there taking.
I tried to do that last
photos.
night. It'd be a bit lighter in the pocket. Here's Charlton. He's continuing, and it's turned to deep square leg by Smith for a single. And of course, welcome to everyone watching at home in the regional areas of New South Wales.
Yeah, big shout out for my team in Greater Hunter, is particularly Joe Everett, who's just managed to text in and say what a wonderful job you're doing on commentary there, Andrew. And I think she included me in that as well, which is very nice.
Thank you, Joe.
So thanks,
Great
Joe.
job
Big shout out to you, and I hope Gary Fish is listening in as well.
Just nurdled onto the outside. This is a chance.
Run out.
McGurk would have been gone if it was a direct hit.
Yeah, he did called on it, but sort of straight to mid-wicket coming in, who had a shy at the bowler's end. Well, wasn't quite a shy, really smashed, really had a good throw at it, and probably had 3 to hit from there. He wasn't quite side on.
Ooh, we've been out by a mile. But the
Couple of
Bolters
metres.
due a bit of luck, so good to see.
They are.
Charlton in the purple. Again, swinging back to Smith. Quite a bit of movement in this pink ball by Lake Macatac. They're really getting it to hoop around a little bit.
Yeah, pink ball's interesting. Early on, we've gone back in Newcastle playing with white ball in short form cricket, but 'cause the pink one tends to get soft, especially if you're on a dewy ground or a maybe one that's had a bit of affected by dampness. But these ones holding up nicely. It shouldn't be any problem today.
Driven nicely to mid-on, and they've taken another single.
But
That's
so-
interesting you say that about
early-
the pink ball.
yeah.
I know Kookaburra in the last couple of years have added some. I don't know whether this is for your ball, but had to add something at international level to hold them together a bit.
Yeah,
an extra layer.
Yeah, not a cricket ball aficionado, but whether it's something within the dye or the colouring or whatever that does it, the lacquer maybe.
Chopped out, no run. Yeah, I think the big difference between the red and the pink ball is the staining process. The fact that you can stain a red ball and you can't replicate that in a pink way, so it has to be done differently.
Red's done the trick, hasn't it, since 1877.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's sort of hard to be beaten, but it has been interesting that other colours of balls have taken a bit of work.
That's off the pad. A big swing by Smith. Very lucky that didn't cannon into the off stump.
And
It's the
that's a
end
leg
of the
by. That's the over, and it's 3 for 25. Andrew, I'm going to hand you over to Timmy Cox coming in for some special comments, and look forward to the Northern Inland Boulders building from this 3 for 25.
Thank you, Neil. Catch up with you later in the day. I'll let Tim Cox put his headset on and get ready, but at the moment the comparison between these two sides is indicative of Lake Macatac's dominance. They were none for 54 after the power play 6 overs. At the same stage, the Northern Inland Bolters are 3 for 25. Now the Lake Macatac skipper can spread the field a little bit. Joined by Tim, how are you?
Going well, thanks, Andrew. Yeah, so it's certainly a difference of comparison for the first for the power plays of both innings. Obviously, the loss of some really key wickets from Northern Inland is a setback. They would have been really relying on Norval and the player of origin, West first grader, who coming off a brilliant 99 on the weekend for West in Sydney Premier League cricket, to bat through, or certainly bat quite a large substantial of his 20 overs to get close to this run chase, and that wasn't to be. Some pretty good bowling, especially by Daniel Bailey. Getting the ball, as you mentioned before in commentary, but nibbling about. He's a great length bowler, and he just does enough with the ball, and that's what he was able to do in the first power play.
Noonan in, and Smith squeezes that off the outside edge. Pass slip, they'll take a single. Yeah, terrific spell by Bailey to start things off.
It's great to see young Jeremy Noonan into the attack from the West Career Club. He's been having a tremendous season with the ball, both in Newcastle District cricket, but also in representative cricket. He played a key role in Newcastle Zone's grand final championship win over ACT Southern yesterday, as recent as yesterday, and to get some fair bit of pace on the ball. So as we just saw there, threw him quite rapidly. So if he gets the shoulder, the right arm loosened up, he could have let a few go here at the SCG, which I'm sure he's very keen to do so.
So he's backing up after the final yesterday.
Yep. They had there's a number of players as the next game here from ACT Aces have got players backing up as well. There's 8 from the Lake Macatac backing up. 7 or 8, sorry, backing up from yesterday's country championship win. So they would have had to keep their celebrations mellowed or but as best they could.
So who won yesterday?
Newcastle.
They
Newcastle
did win,
beat
great.
ACT Southern Districts in a nail biter, Andrew. Yeah, went right down to the wire by 2 runs. So,
wow.
There was a fantastic late partnership, 8 wicket partnership for ACT Southern. to get the score. A very low-scoring game down there at Barrel Oval. Bradman Oval, sorry, in Barrel. 100 and Newcastle managed to scramble to 151, bowled out, but ACT Southern were travelling on quite nicely, then lost a few wickets and needed a 50 runs with the last 2 wickets, and they got till two runs just shy, so it was a good finish.
Big slash there, my McGurk, and it's well fielded by the man on the boundary, Daniel Chillingworth. So was that a 50 over comp?
Yeah, one day game. So New South Wales Country Championships are played in 2 pools. So there's eight cricketing zones. 16 teams in the Plan B Regional Bash makes 8 cricketing zones for country cricket. And ACT, there's a bit quick for him there, Noonan. Always hurt him too. He's thrown the bat onto the ground straight away, and
Paul McGurk's been hit midships, unfortunately.
Yeah, down on his haunches there for a little while. I think it might have got him flush.
See the replay here. Ouch.
Yeah, he'll be in a little bit of discomfort there for a bit of time. His teammates are running on to do what they can there, but it's never nice around that area, that's for sure.
I just asked Joe Root. He's still having nightmares about his tour of Australia after that.
Especially when it gets as flush as that, So yesterday's game at the iconic Bradman Oval in Barrels are a very close contest. So Newcastle Zone were the winners of their northern pool, playing against a couple of weeks ago at Central Coast. So Central Coast, North Coast, Central North, which these Northern Inland team come from, and Newcastle played there, and Newcastle were undefeated in their three games, as was ACT Southern in the Southern Pool. Played just last weekend actually in the Southern Highlands, so in Shoalhaven district. So they were winners v Illawarra, Great Illawarra, Riverina, and Western. So the 2 teams progressed to yesterday's final.
Wonderful. What a great couple of days for some of these cricketers at the famous Bradman Oval on Sunday, and then SCG the next day.
Absolutely, and that's the beauty of country cricket. The players put a lot of time, a lot of travel commitments, as the boys were talking about before. Some of the mileage that these players do make over a season is certainly tremendous. These Northern Inland players, a lot of them don't live in Tamworth, but they play their club cricket in the larger metropolitan areas or service centres in inland New South Wales.
Chillingworth starts with a full bunger that's hit to long on by Smith.
So they have a big commitment to country cricket week in, week out. So it's great to see the players that put in that commitment and make themselves available reap the rewards by playing on some of, as you said, some of the best grounds in New South Wales.
Chillingworth from the Paddington end, and it's good ball. McGurk playing on the leg side for a single. Chillingworth has followed in the paths of many great leg spinners at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Finger spinners, Mo Matthews, Stuart McGill, of course Nathan Lyon more recently. I think Lyon likes to bowl from the other end round weekends.
Yep. Oh,
and that's bowled.
Yep.
Smith has tried to play that one away onto the onside. It's got through between bat and pad and crashed into the off stump. Chillingworth gets the 4th wicket of the innings. Smith goes for a nice 17.
Yeah, very straight on his length there. Daniel Chillingworth had coming back to bowling his leg spin this year. He had 2 seasons off with a fairly substantial finger injury on his actual spinning finger, so a bit worn-like, I guess. But look at that, that's the perfect leg break, isn't it? Hitting it halfway up, off stump, playing across the line. Probably need to have a little bit more look at him there with a bit more respect, but I know that the run chase and the run rate is certainly creeping up, so risk v reward there, but a win to Chillingworth, knocking over his off pole.
Yeah, nice little bit of drift there from the leggy in towards the right-hander, straightened down the line.
More of a traditional leg spinner. These days you see a lot of young leggies, ripping it through quite quite, or zipping it through, I like to call it, quite quickly. The shorter formats has created that, but Chillingworth does like to give it that flight and that traditional spin. He's also got a great wrong one as well. So as Captain Groth, I believe, Tommy Groth coming out the crease, got a huge task for his side, but certainly a man with huge experience in all formats, and I think he's the most capped New South Wales country player now, so he certainly deserves that accolade, and been involved with country cricket for many, many years, Tommy Groth.
Well, he's got a stiff task in front of him. The Bolters need 205 for a spot in the final. What a great batting effort by Lake Macatac earlier today. Hunter and Arms in particular just put on an exhibition. Opening partnership of 153. Quite stunning. But here's Chillingworth. Defended nicely by Groth first up. Yeah, that partnership to start the day off was incredible.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, like when they'll look back at that in the dressing room after this game, and certainly you get a partnership like that. You shouldn't be losing games of cricket, and the plans would have come off perfectly there. They certainly took advantage of some indifferent, I think, length bowling from the Northern Inland bowlers early on, especially in that power play when they were restricted with the field placements. But that was tremendous. The power hitting and the placement that they showed, that they showcased for their innings is one or both actually probably deserved 100. It was that good of a stroke play, wasn't it? But they both fell shy, as that generally happens in the shorter versions. Not like Maxwell a few weeks away in the BBL with that massive
big 100
score.
They got good value for shots as well. The outfield's running really quickly today, it's perfect conditions to bat. It's 4 for 33 after 8 overs. I thought Chillingworth dropped on a nice length there. The first one was a full toss, but then from there he challenged the batters. Difficult length to get away.
And he's trying to spin the ball. You can see coming out of his hand, he's giving it a good rip. So as I said, he's more of that traditional type leg spinner, and it could be a bit of a handful here. Pace at one end, spin at the other.
Noonan in, and Groth plays into the offside for a single. Third man does the fielding. Third. It's only 4 players out on the boundary for Lake Macatac. Deep point, third man, fine leg, and
all square and behind the wicket as well. So complementing Jeremy Noonan's pace here. And I think he'll try and put plenty of pace on deliveries as well. He may try the change up. He has got quite a good off break slower ball, but with the field setting like this, I think he'd be, and the state of the game, I think he'd be pretty keen to keep pace on and try and rip him straight through him.
Here he is again. Bowls a nice length, and Groth plays into the offside, and it's got through 2 fielders. But they won't get an extra, so just 1 run to the total. That run rate required is going up and up and up. It's almost at 15 now. McGurk waits. Oh, it's bowled. Noonan with a good straight delivery that came back to the right-hander. And the Northern Inland Bolters are 5 for 36. Lake Macatac having a great morning.
Yeah, he's certainly that's his stock ball, or certainly his strength. Jeremy Noonan there, full and straight at the poles, and far too much room. Showed all 3 stumps there, and as you can see, rocketed into off and middle. So Jeremy Noonan picks up his first wicket of the SCG. Be very, very happy with that one.
Yeah, McGurk just trying to open up and hit over the offside. Undone by a little bit of off-cut from Noonan. He looks quick and raw, does Noonan.
Yeah, he's an exciting young prospect. He's player's got a bit of cricket ahead of him this week as well with the Under-19 State Challenge. Played the next 3 days out at Raby, so a couple of these young players on show today have a big week of cricket ahead of them. So, exciting week and opportunity for those young players, the best Under-19s in the state.
Is it Brian Warren coming out to join skipper Roth? 5 for 36. Not the start the Bolters would have been after, but they've come up against a rampaging Lake Mac attack bowling unit with a lot of runs to defend. I think, when you go out there as a bowler and you got 200 on the board, you're confident, you can charge in knowing you've got a few runs to play with, and it's come off. Warren on strike. It's a good ball, testing his defence early, but he squirts it away for one onto the onside.
Both these guys at the crease playing for South Tamworth Cricket Club, as a number of the Northern Indian players do. Tamworth has a great catchment area, or huge catchment area, where a lot of players, like I was mentioning before, travelling even a couple of hours for Saturday club cricket as well to the biggest service town or inland city in their area. Oh, that's a nice place shot, isn't it? Between keeper and what we call a 2.5, 3 slip, all the way down the boundary for 4.
Yeah, Groth just
using the pace.
Exactly, using the pace, steering it past the keeper. So frustrating for a fast bowler. You run in and put your back into it, and he just, look at that, just opened the face and glided it down for 4. Masterful shot from the skipper. 5 for 41 after 9 overs. At the same stage, Lake Mac attack were none for 91. So 50 runs and 5 wickets the difference. Chillingworth to continue, the leg spinner from the Paddington end.
And surprised given the state of the game, there isn't a slip for Chile, especially with the right-handers and the bit of turn that he's getting off the wicket. But the short catching cover, Captain Chad is decided to go for instead. But I think bowling like that, I think the skipper can probably have a close look at a first gripper there to even give the leg spin a little bit more confidence to toss it up.
That's a Jaffa. Yeah. That is a Jaffa. It's drifted in, spun away. Chillingworth in again. There could be a run out. No, he gets back. Big future, this Chillingworth.
Yeah, as I said, he's grown in a lot of confidence this year coming back from that major finger injury, but it's great to see him back bowling his leg breaks.
In again, and that's down leg side, and the batters thought about a single, but it wasn't there. Lucky they didn't run.
Bowled very well a couple of weeks ago for Newcastle Zone in the northern pool of the country championships on some spinning decks there on the central coast. Yesterday's final wicket was more of a green top, so it suited the paces.
Just dropped short, and Warren couldn't capitalise. 4 dots to start this over. Yeah, I commentated on a lot of the Kingsgrove Sports T20 Cup, and I found on the sort of slower wickets, when you get to the smaller grounds, the spinners can be really effective in slowing down the scoring in T20 cricket.
Yeah, it's that pace-off approach, isn't it? Sort of.
Oh, is that bowled him? I think it has. That's a Jaffa. Look to go on with the arm and get through the defences of Warren.
Yeah, that was a special delivery, that one, and that shows a bit of his repertoire as well there. And it looked. We'll get a look at the replay here.
I wonder if that was a toppy, or does he have a flipper? Did he flick it out the front?
I don't think Warren picked it, whatever it was, but
here we go. Just a bit of a toppy, I think. A bit more top spin than leg spin, and
there.
Off the bat.
Played it on. So yeah, not really much feet movement there from Warren either, no forward or back. So yeah, wasn't quite sure which way to go there, and found himself in a lot of trouble and lost his wicket. So yeah, another wicket down for Northern Inland. Obviously under a lot of pressure now to with the run rate climbing rapidly. It's well over 15 and over now, and not many wickets in the shed as well, almost at the halfway mark. Look, Captain Groth's out there and making it respectable to bat the 20 overs will probably be something that he'd be looking at with 6 wickets in the shed, but just enjoy batting at the SCG,
exactly.
I guess.
I think
So
that's
try
what
and
they
take
should do.
something away from the game, that's for sure. They've travelled a long way to be here, so try and get something out of the match would be what they're looking for.
Well, we saw Dan Bailey have figures of 3 for 3 before. Chillingworth is getting on the action now. He's got figures of 2 for 3. What a thrill for him to look up at the SCG scoreboard and see those figures next to his name. Last ball of the over. Tossed up, and Swain plays that to mid-on. And they'll get 1 run. So at the end of 10 overs in the Northern Inland Bolters reply they're 6 for 42. A quick commentary change. I'll be handing over to Martin Garoni and enjoy the rest of the match.
Thanks, Manners. Exceptionally professional as always. Big job ahead here for the Northern Inland Boulders, and as they said, some respectability on the scoreboard would be nice, and for the young blokes to enjoy batting out at the SCG. So, welcome back to Henry.
Huge ask here, obviously, but like Tim said, there's just good chance for a bit of experience for the younger guys, and it's time in the middle at the end of the day. So a lot of these guys with their club cricket, time in the middle at the SCG, can't complain about that. So definitely still 10 overs to go, plenty to play for. Obviously a huge task, but Tom Gross still there. Might be able to weave a miracle here, but some really good bowling here from Lake Mac. Really putting a strangle on.
We have Isaac Wallace coming into the attack, and he started off with a handy delivery through to the keeper and a dot ball. So bowling from the southern end, comes in and bowls. Very quickish leg spin, and he's hurrying the batter up. It's a very nice delivery again. Not much of a follow through, but definitely getting through to the batter very quickly.
Still relatively attacking field as well, with a couple of men in close catching, so pretty hard to hit the gaps at the moment.
5 fielders inside the circle. Play and miss there.
Very quick through the air. Worked well for the Sri Lankan bowlers last night on this wicket. Pace on the ball with the spinners. Hard to get underneath.
Kicking off with 3 dots. Not a bad way to start your innings.
3 dots. Beautiful bowling here. So a bit of turn there. Got 4 out. 2 out straight. 2 on sweepers.
Thinking about a field change, but no, he comes in and bowls again. Nicely bowled, bit short of that time, pulled out into the mid-wicket area. Just a single. So Swain moves along to 2, brings Groth on to strike, he's on 7. So what we've seen so far from the Lake Mac attack, obviously very handy with the bat, and their bowlers are doing a fantastic job. So they're really setting themselves up nicely for a shot at the final later on this evening. Nice shot from Groth out there to mid-off, and they push through for a single.
Definitely.
Just the 2 off that over.
Great over that.
And the run rate is pushing up over 18 and over required from here. So very big ask. And, I think the best option I think might be for the Northern Inland Boulders is to spend some time in the middle and see if they can have a bit of a dash at making a respectable score later in the innings.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard work as well. We can see with these spinners, they haven't given anything loose. Chillingworth, nothing loose, 2 for 4 of his 2, given nothing away. Really, really good bowling. Attacking bowling as well, which is the main thing. They're still looking for wickets despite having Northern Inland 6 down.
Shorter ball there from Chillingworth. Groth unable to take advantage. Ball just bobbled up on the offside. No run. So Chillingworth continuing a great spell here into his 3rd over. Comes in, bowls to Groth. Shorter ball. Groth has got a good piece of that. He's hit that out through the gap. Fielders converging from two different directions. I think that might have been 4.
Jeez. I think he's signalled.
He's had his foot on the rope and they've signalled that's 4. Yep.
Good sportsmanship down there.
Very good sportsmanship down there from the late Mac attack, and that's 4 runs to Groth. It's a lovely shot out through mid-wicket.
Yeah, just lost his footing there as he grabbed the ball and
ducking under his teammate who did very well not to collect him. So no collision, which was a good result, and 4 runs, which was a good result for Northern Inland. Chillingworth in again. Groth has hit that. He's hit that a long way in the air. Fielder getting underneath it. Nice catch.
Well done.
Very nice catch there from Jack Hardigan. And that's the 7th wicket.
7th down for 48.
7 for 48. So
probably had too much work to do there, Tommy Groth. Obviously, that was from the 4th, 5th stump line, trying to bring it out to leg side. So, yeah, good bit of bowling. Probably took the pace off that one a little bit as well. Good bit of bowling, well caught in the end. So that's Groth gone for 12, sorry.
Yeah, skied that one in there on the leg side, and
easy catch.
Hardigan got underneath it, settled himself nicely and took a good catch. So, 7 for 48. Lake Mac attack well on their way to the final this evening, and Northern Inland bowlers just need to try and find a way to get a few more runs. And again, fantastic opportunity for these youngsters to get out and bat in the middle of the SCG. And again, we must thank our sponsors. Obviously, we've got Bar TV here giving us fantastic pictures, and we have Transport for New South Wales with What's Your Plan B. So they do a fantastic job of sponsoring cricket, especially in the regional areas, and it is very important that we acknowledge the fact that they're What's Your Plan B advertisements are very, very important, especially in regional areas, people travelling long distances, that you do. If you've had a few drinks, you don't drive, and probably if you're tired too, find somewhere to stop and rest and look after yourself. So it's really important that we travel safely in regional areas on country roads.
Good shots from Swain there at the point, just a single. 2 balls to come this over. Chillingworth with 3 for 9 now, into his 3rd.
Going along beautifully.
Could be eyeing off a 5 for here.
Chillingworth, we had a couple of fifers in the women's finals last week, and Chillingworth looking to join the party here this week. Gives that one a bit of air. Pull shot there from Baker. Wasn't real sure
quite there
where it was going. It sort of skidded through nicely from Chillingworth, and another dot. So coming up to the end of the 12th over here. Chillingworth doing a great job for his skipper. Coming in, gives that one a bit of air. Lovely drive there that's a lovely shot. Used his feet beautifully down the wicket.
Easy single to finish off the over. Got 7 for 50 now after 12. So obviously, run rate required is obviously extremely high, but I don't think Northern Inland will be looking at that at the moment.
Just trying to get through the next few overs without losing any more wickets. But the boys are obviously, again, enjoying the opportunity to be batting out here on the SCG, and looking forward to continuing on later this afternoon. So tosses that one up. There's the wicket again. That's gone a long, long way in the air, and a good catch, settling himself under that nicely. Hardigan.
So Marty, for you were based down in Canberra for a lot of years. ACT, who do you like in their side?
There's some good young players in there. Obviously, Geordie Misic has been making a lot of runs for Ginninderra, has full toss there. Could possibly have been called a no ball. And it is. We've got a free hit coming up here.
First of the day.
So first no ball of the day. Actually, there hasn't been a lot of extras from either side.
Lake Mac have been very disciplined with their lines.
So free hit here with Baker on strike. So nice for him to get Swain on strike, sorry. Nice for him to get a free hit. And comes in and bowls. That's a wide, so it's still going to be a free hit. But there's some good young players in the ACT team, and looking forward to seeing them compete this afternoon. They went down by 2 runs to Newcastle in the country championships yesterday in a 50 over comp, so they'll be looking to get a bit of revenge. Firstly by beating the Western Wranglers, and secondly, obviously trying to make the final and taking on the Lake Mac attack tonight. So just the 2 off the free hit.
Should be a cracking fixture, that next one.
Should be a very good game. And obviously Blake Dean, who was a former Canberra Comets player, playing for the Western Wranglers, so playing against a lot of players he knows well and has probably played a bit of rep cricket with and against as well. Another dot there. So Wallace is back on track after the no ball. Again, nice quickish leg spin. Gets that one
Very
through.
quick through the air.
Just a bit too quick for Swain there. And through to the keeper.
Looking to use that pace. There's a bit of space there behind point and just in front of point as well. The back man at backward point in the ring there.
Comes in and bowls. One's out of the front of the hand.
All cut off there in the ring.
Beautifully fielded there by the short cover. They could have got through for a couple.
Really bowled to their field well as well. I mean, they've executed and they've taken their wickets when they've come, but the bowlers have been spot on. Right field settings. They've been really tight in that ring, haven't given any freebies here.
Yep. Gets that one into the gap and pushes away for a single
Swain.
to Swain. And that's the end of the over. No, one to come.
One to come.
Sorry, there was a wide and a no ball.
Yeah, it spun everyone out, that one.
Comes in and bowls the last ball the over. Again out the front of the hand, and again Baker that time unable to get bat on ball, and it gets through to the keeper. So
See what he's trying to do there. Probably just giving himself a little bit too much room then.
there's a lot of vacant territory down there through third man or out if they can get it either side of point, but unfortunately neither batter was able to do it in that over. And, the score is now 7 for 56 off 13 overs. And
So it looks like Chillingworth's going to bowl through.
looks like Chillingworth will bowl his 4th over, correct? And he's
Good little spell this, really good.
He's got 3. He'd be looking for possibly a couple more to get his fifer, but he's doing a great job. 3 for 10 off his 3 overs so far. He'll be bowling to Swain. Comes in and bowls. Again, gets a lot of bounce, doesn't he? They're almost they're not genuine leg spinners. They're more like a top spinner that are really bouncing, leaping off the pitch at the batter, and they're unable to.
So he's really working over the
time
top
them.
of that ball.
Yep. Comes in again and bowls to Swain. That one's a shorter one. He tugs that around to the leg side. Take 1, and he's going to come back for 2nd. That's a good piece of fielding. He needs to be on it. Oh, the keeper gathered he might have been in trouble there, but
Just half volleyed the keeper a little bit there, but
very nice piece of fielding out on the boundary.
yeah, very quick through the air. It nearly seems to be going on with the arm a little bit. Just trying to hurry that batsman, bring the stumps into play.
Comes in and bowls again. Nicely bowled. That's gripped and turned. It's an excellent spell of bowling.
Yeah.
He's got 3 for 12. He's got 3 balls to come.
It's really good. Really know how to vary his pace well in this little spell.
Yep.
So pace off it is gripping, so he's bowled a really good length with that slow ball. And he comes now to Swain. Bit shorter, just bunted off the pads. Picks up a single there just on the leg side. Score moves to 59. 7 down. 2 to come this over.
Doing a great job for his skipper. I think he'll be very happy with this spell. 3 for 13 with just a couple of balls left. Baker comes in and bowls. Chillingworth comes in and bowls. Baker crossed the line. He's hit that out into the gap. They've got 3 for 1. And they're coming back for 2. Throw to the keeper's end. Probably not the right end. And
So he was lagging just a little bit. Swain took off, so obviously he had a bit of an advantage coming to the non-striker's end.
there was get 2 off that one. So excellent piece of running.
Nice ball of his spell here for Chillingworth. He comes.
Leading edge. Oh, falls short of the short third man, and Chillingworth finishes with 3 for 16 off his 4 overs. So an excellent
Good spell,
piece of work there from the young spinner.
Nothing loose, there's no freebies there. 16 he went for, they really had to work for. Good spell that.
Absolutely. So fantastic to finish off his spell. Just needed a little bit more on that to get it to the short third man, but he's finished his spell beautifully. So Well done.
Rolling? Is this Swain on strike? 6 overs to go.
Run rate required is up over 23 now, so need some lusty hitting, but two batters, backs away, cuts out to point, gets through for a single.
They watched those Sri Lankan tailenders yesterday for a bit of inspiration, maybe.
Yep.
Good
Wallace is
finish here.
continuing here. He's got none for 9 off. He's into his third over, doing an excellent job as well. Quickish leg spin, gets through the crease, and again he beats the outside edge there of Swain through the keeper.
Swain probably looking to take that one a little bit straighter over the top of cover, bit of space there. He's picked the length of that one pretty early and looked to take him over the top.
Got Nesbitt behind the stumps. He's very tidy. Edge there, racing away down to third man. Chases on.
Easy 2.
Fielded well there by
field.
Chillingworth. They get back for 2. But Nesbitt looks very tidy there behind the stumps. He's doing a great job for the team.
They look like they've just got a really balanced side, don't they? They've kept well. Bowling's been tidy, and we can obviously see what they can do with the top order. So
In bowls again. He's got that through the gap there at cover.
he's timed that pretty well.
They're getting through for 1, come back for 2, and that's all they're going to get.
It's a good shot from Swain. He just sort of leant on that one a bit.
He's just staying a little more still at the crease now. And he's got that one through that. That's a pretty small gap there at cover. He's done very well to get that between the close in fielder and the genuine cover fielder. So out there for a couple.
Comes Wallace now. And full again. Great shot down the ground for 1. Well bowled. Coming back for a second. Tight. Throws a little bit out though. There's always 2 there, but fielders probably just thinking they were settling on the 1 there.
Good running by these two. They're
running.
really putting the pressure on the fielders. And Swain's moved along to 15 now, so he's starting to get into a bit of a groove here. Comes in and bowls. Last ball over. Trying to cut that one fine. They're probably just trying to hit that one a little bit too fine maybe, but again.
It worked. Anything in front of square really worked for him last over quite well, so I thought he might have continued on that, but still a few runs that over. Great over again from Wallace.
7 off the over, so he's got none for 15 off his 3 overs.
Good job there, doing a great job for the skipper.
See who's coming on here from our northern end. Much better over there for the and skipper's coming on for a bowl now, Adrian Chadge. So, but much better over there from the Northern Inland bowlers. They got 7 off that one, and I think if they can continue to look at getting some extra runs off the over.
Still, Lake Maccabee quite keen to finish this one off. They don't want to be dragging it out too much longer. You would hope that they'd definitely be looking to finish this one off in the next few overs, just to give themselves a bit of an early breather as well.
Absolutely. We've got Angus joining me now.
Just handing over to Angus.
Nice little chip out on the leg side there from Baker. He moves along to 7. Chad comes in the bowl now. Tidy medium pace. It's upish, but it's out through point. That's going to run away. I reckon that might make it to the boundary. Fielder's chasing, but isn't going to get there. So 4 runs there to Swain. He moves along to 19. So he's doing a fantastic job for his team. He's getting a few runs or having a nice day out at the SCG, Angus.
Yeah, they're having to dig these last couple of batsmen here and, yeah, doing what they can.
First time at the SCG, mate, or you've been here a few times?
No, I've been here a few times.
Yep.
Watched the mighty Waratahs play here. Been the home ground for the last couple of years. So.
I'm not sure what sport that is, but anyway, we'll move on. So yeah, obviously, good to see these country players get the opportunity to play here on the SCG,
yeah,
and
sure,
for yourself to be able to commentate here. It's a nice way to spend a Monday at work.
Oh, it is.
Chad comes in the bowl again. Oh, Nice little Yorker there, and just bunted out on the leg side for a single. And so what's happening in your part of the world for this part of the season?
A lot of blast programs, so getting as many.
He's had a swing across the line to that one out to mid-wicket. They're going to come back for 2. He needs to be on his bike, but the throw's just a little bit wide and well run. So Baker's getting into a bit of a groove there. He's moved along to 9 off 9 as well.
So yeah, a lot of blast programs, getting as many kids into the great sport of cricket as possible.
Excellent. And obviously you've settled into your role now, so you're starting to you had your feet under the desk for a while. Are you having fun and enjoying it?
Yeah, loving it.
Chad comes in and bowls full toss. He's got a piece of that. Just out to the fielder at mid-wicket. None into single that time.
It obviously helps coming to the cricket on a Monday like this. Makes the job even better.
All right, to the end of the over there. So 9 runs off it. So a pretty good over there from the Northern Inland bowlers, and these two are putting on a good little partnership and putting some respectability on the scoreboard for the bowlers team. They're doing a great job for their skipper, and it'd be nice to see them kick on again for these remaining 4 overs. So run rate required now is up into the 30s, but I don't think that's really an aim for the bowlers at this stage. I think they want to just, if they can get as many as they can from the last 4 overs. Wallace to continue the quicker leg spin. Cut away out onto the offside, out to the sweeper. And through for a single. Well played there by Baker. Swain on strike. He's moved along to 20, so he's doing reasonably well as also.
Yeah.
Wallace comes into bowl. Oh, bowled him.
Spoke too soon.
Commentator's curse.
It is.
Has struck again. My apologies to Swain. Mitchell Swain, he did a good job. He's got 20.
Yeah, respectable.
Spent a bit of time out there in the middle at the SCG, but well bowled by Wallace. He's deserved the wicket. He's got 1 for 16. He's bowling his 4th over at the moment. And the 2 spinners probably really, made it very difficult for the batters to score. So that's just come off his back leg and onto his middle and leg stump. Got our Vanuatu connection in Jelani coming in to have a bat now. I have been told that he likes to give the ball a bit of a whack, so hopefully he can get amongst the runs out here. He bowled very well. He was probably the pick of the bowlers for the Northern Inland team, with his off spinners. And, now we'll see if he can get a few away with the bat. So 8 for 79. We're on 16.2 overs. So what was a highlight for you with the women's bash last week, the women's regional bash?
I just think seeing women's cricket progress in general, I think the whole day was great. A lot of talent coming through, a lot of young talent as well that we'll see progress into even more stages of women's cricket. But yeah, the day was great. Yeah,
it was an excellent day and super effort from the ACT Aces to, the Riverina Bullets to win it. And for all the teams that got there and really put on a good show out at North Sydney, and obviously the curators did a fantastic job.
Very.
First ball there, Dot, Chichilia, and Wallace is finishing off nicely here. He's got 1 for 16 off his 3.4 overs so far. Comes in and bowls. Gives that one a bit of air. He's got a piece of that one out to mid-wicket. 1 bounce out to the fielder. That gets him off the mark, so he gets 1.
Yeah, weather's much nicer today than the women's game.
Just pushes that one out of the front of the hand. Oh, just over the in. The fielder in close there. And they're going to come back for 2. That's great running. Chile are putting the pressure on the fielder there, and Baker moves along to 13 off 12. So end of the spell there from Wallace. He finishes with 1 for 19. Very well bowled, and he's done a great job for his skipper. So I think all of the Lake Mac attack bowlers will be very happy with their work today, and they're hoping to finish out and maybe pick up these last couple of wickets. But the Northern Inland bowlers have moved along to 8 for 82, and it's going to be the skipper Chad to continue. So Angus, what are the biggest challenges for cricket in your area?
I think access to cricket. I think a lot of rural communities, getting to and from games or clinics and so forth is a major issue. So accommodating, that's a big part of my job, and something that really needs to be looked into and catered for.
Excellent. Yeah, and it is, obviously the area that you look at, there's a lot of travel involved for players just to play regular Saturday cricket, let alone representative cricket. They're coming back for a second. This is going to be tight. And Chad just missed the throw. But that's 2 to Chilia. He moves along to 3. Might need to just be a little bit careful. And Baker's not quite as quick between the wickets as he is. Chad comes in to bowl. He's tried to heave that one back over the bowler's head, but just got it down to long off for a single. Didn't quite get hold of it. Brings Baker back on strike. Chad comes in to bowl now. Swing across the line there by Baker, but didn't quite get contact. It's going to be a leg by. He's got a little bit of bat on that one, so he moves along to 14. And obviously you spoke about blast. So how important is it to have, for our clubs and associations to have quality blast programs?
Oh, it's massive. It's the starting or the developmental stages for youth to play cricket.
Chad comes in and bowls. Chilia's got that one out to mid-wicket for a single.
So yeah, it's really important, but we've got some really good workers, especially in rural New South Wales, and it's the program's going strong.
Excellent, yeah, and it is a great program, the Woolworths Cricket Blast, for kids to learn a little bit about the game, learn in a fun, safe environment, and not have to, we've obviously got the softer cricket balls and etc. for them to be able to learn their trade and learn some great skills and make friends, and most importantly, I think with all sport, is have a lot of fun.
That's right, that's the main thing.
And obviously these guys having a great time out here in the middle of the SCG and enjoying their day out. And Chilia moves along, Baker moves along to 15, brings Chilia on strike. What a catch! That is the catch of the day. We were just saying before that the wicketkeeper was having a great day, and Mike Mitchell Nesbitt, and he's just pulled off what would be the catch of the day so far. He's leapt high and wide to his right, and unfortunately for Chilia, he has to go. That was a brilliant catch. Here we see it again. Slower ball there from Chad. Oh, high and out to his right. He's taken off a bit like Superman, and nice little tumble there to make sure that it didn't bobble out when he hit the ground. Fantastic catch there from Nesbitt. Well done. So 9 for 88, the Bolters. So game coming to a conclusion, and a fantastic work in the field from the Lake Mac attack, as they did with the ball, with the bat earlier. And they're looking to finish this game out now with 2 overs to go. But that was a super catch there from Nesbitt. He should be very happy with his efforts behind the stumps today. Kept very tightly to the 2 spinners who were putting the batters under pressure, and he's capped it off with a catch like that.
Yeah, that was great. Great keeping there.
We've got a change of bowling at the top end. So Brendan Charlton comes in and bowls. Baker's just got that one out on the offside for a single. So new batter is Smith, coming in at number 11. He's got number 11 on his back as well, I think. No, 31. So Smith coming in, last batter. Again, fantastic opportunity to come in and have a bat at the back end of the innings, and he'll be hoping to get a few away for some runs. Comes in and bowls. He's had a big swing at that one. Get a bit of bat on it. He did, yes. So he's off the mark. So he's got his first run on the SCG. He'll be very happy with that. And, nice piece of bowling there from Charlton.
Yeah, not everyone has the ability to say that. They've scored an official run on the SCG.
Correct. Charlton comes in to bowl. Baker's tried to heave that one out onto the leg side. Didn't quite get it, but he gets another single. He moves along to 17. Again, he's done a good job. So Charlton trying to finish this game out here for the Lake Mac attack. And always nice to take 10 wickets regardless of what game you're playing. Charlton comes in and bowls. He's got that. Has he got it over? He has. Just over the fielder at mid-wicket, and they're going to come back for 2. So Smith moves along to 3. Looked like the mid-wicket fielder was in there for a minute to take the catch, but couldn't quite get back quick enough.
Just over him.
We have seen a couple of fantastic catches so far today, and thought we might have been in for another one, but he just didn't quite get there. Comes in and bowls now. He's gone to mid-iron. If that hits, he's out. No. Well, backed up there by the bowler. Dot. So 1 ball left in the over there for Charlton. He's got none for 20. Again, he's bowled really well in his spell. Bowling to Smith. Smith defends that one. That's the end of the over. So we've one over to go there, 9 for 93. So probably, I think the bolters would be trying to get to that 100 mark.
That's the achievement from here. Try and get that 3 figures up. But they've done well, the lower order batsmen. They've fought hard.
They have done a great job considering they were in deep trouble early on in the innings, and the lower order have shown some real fight, and they've done a great job for the team. And it's going to be the skipper to finish out. He's got 1 for 15 so far. Let's bowl the last over. Again, he's keeping 5 fielders inside the circle, as they've done for the majority of the innings, so they haven't had the full complement out very often. Check comes in to bowl. Baker hits that one away on the leg side and gets through for a single. So Hunter and Arms did the damage with the bat, and the bowlers have all mixed it around with Wallace obviously bowling very well as Chillington. So the 2 spinners probably being the pick of the bowlers. Just inside edge there from Baker down to short fine leg, and there's no run. So it's been a pretty comprehensive performance here from the Lake Mac attack.
Yeah, very. They've been very clean with the ball. Bowled very well.
And they'll be very keen to see who they're going to play when we get to the next game. He's got a hold of that one just over the infielder. Out for a single. So Smith's doing a good job there, enjoying his time out in the middle. He moves along to 4. Baker comes on to strike with 18, and with 3 balls left, it's 9 for 95. So 5 runs required for the 100, and 1 wicket required for the 10 wickets for the Lake Mac attack. He's got a hold of that. Has he got it over the fielder? He hasn't, and it's taken out there on the boundary, and that's the end of the game. Good catch out there in the deep. That was Charlton, I think. Isaac Wallace took the catch. What a fantastic effort this has been from the Lake Mac attack. They've done a fantastic job with both bat and ball. Wonderful effort from them. Unfortunate day out for the Northern Inland Boulders, but they'll be better for the opportunity to play out here on the SCG, and some really good performances by some of their players as well.
Oh, yeah. A great experience for them as well.
You know, Chilla did a fantastic job there with the ball, and obviously Baker and Warren did well with the bat. So really happy for them to have been here and the opportunity to play in the SCG. But the Lake Mac attack, very comprehensive win. As I said, you know, Arms and Hunter doing the damage with the bat, and it was Chillington and Wallace doing the damage with the ball as well, and the skipper chimed in with 2 for 17 there at the end. So good effort by them. We look forward to coming back with the second game at 2 o'clock, and we look forward to joining you then.
Congratulations to Lake Mac for their win over the Northern Inland Boulders in the Event Super Grand Final. Now, player of the match. You can't really go fast now, he's young, Dylan Hunter. Congratulations, Dylan Hunter. 484 off 49 rocks. Congratulations, Dylan. Full CD, late Mac back in action again at 6:15 later tonight. Also like to thank our umpires for our first game today, Jeff Egan and Brenton Harrison. Thank you, gentlemen. Next game will kick off in an hour's time, ACT versus the Western Wranglers. Please hang around. Thanks up there.